in space.
I don't know how that keeps happening, but okay. Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Out of Pocket Podcast. I'm your host Zechs, and joining me as always is my co-host Zeta.
Hello.
We've got an episode of all time for y'all lined up because as the thumbnail I posted on both Twitter and Blue Sky suggests, the whole house is mad because when the span of 2 weeks since our last episode, almost like every phantom just had a mental breakdown of some kind somewhere.
It's not our fault. We're just here to cover it.
I mean, listen, it might be your fault for one particular thing, but we have to get to the news for
Oh,
that.
okay. I mean, it's often my fault in some cosmic way, but I'm innocent.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think anyone could have probably seen that happening a mile away if they paid attention. But yeah. So because there's so much random stuff to talk about, I'm going to basically kind of skim through my my stuff and just kind of say I finally got to uh had to write 2 essays in a week. I did it
I mean, that's easy in the modern day with the power of.
by hands, and I feel like I'm about to. Here's the problem: I wrote 2 essays, but I feel like I'm going to fail one. Not because I didn't write it well, but because the whole thing was supposed to write like 5 pages, and I got like four in like 3/4 of a page done.
Because
So
you can add some filler.
I generally tried, but here's the problem. One, I procrastinated until the last day, as I unfortunately usually do.
Yep. Just add some verbosity to it. All right. Any of it.
And two, I attempted to enter the Ignidius tournament for Shadowverse, and I was writing at the same time the tournament was happening. So
Oh my god.
in between turns, I was literally just writing the essay as best I could. And like after a after like second round, I'm like, you know what, I can't do this, dog. So I had to drop.
Blah 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 blah. Essay. What I learned in Magecraft is.
Listen, you don't know what my teacher. Listen, uh, what the teacher one teacher I had an essay to do for is like, oh, they're somewhat lenient as long as you just hit the things. Are like, all right, you got it, you're good.
Uh-huh.
This teacher, on the other hand, like she don't play. I'm just gonna say that she do not play. So I generally have to actually put in genuine effort, and even then, I was like cutting it close to like 10 minutes left for all of that. That's on me completely because what the heck am I doing? Still procrastinating.
Right.
I mean, that's one of the reasons. To be fair, when I'm on a time crunch, I do tend to actually just dump out work, and it's like, yeah, that's easy. That's probably one of the reasons why there's not a regular video on my regular channel so far.
I mean, shoot, I've knocked out papers to like morning of. I get it.
Yeah, so it was like, uh, that was that. But because after that Friday, I'm now back on spring break happened. I finally had time, so I built the Gundam Dev site, master grade Gundam Dev site in the Swalt version.
Sweet.
Not sweet. I don't like this thing. Not the design, but just like literally. But it's like the build is like I don't know if it's what it is, but it is very just like. Mm.
I mean, how old is Master Grade? There's been quite a few iterations of Master Grades in my time with Bandai.
Uh, it's Bandai Spirits 2010.
Okay, so now I'm like one of the like.
It's an old mode, and it shows because there's a lot of like pieces of this thing that are just very flimsy. Straight up. And it didn't help that I broke the V fin of the kit too, so I was like, oh man.
I mean, who hasn't broken a V fin before? All right.
But it was just like the very most like I shouldn't have broken this.
Okay, now so here's what you do. All right, you grab a tiny like gray marker or whatever, and you just like make it seem like battle damage on the rest of the V fin.
I mean, I just back together.
You missed out on some good chance for some battle scars.
But as for that, one gunplay I did pick up besides that is I found the crossbone Gundam Mao in stores.
Nice.
I'm just like, oh, okay, grab it. But I've only done that one because everything else has been just kind of like cleaning up stuff from that I hadn't had time to because of class. So
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna actually make progress on Wuthering Waves now that I've somehow hit 3 back-to-back 50/50s. I'm like, you know what? All right, cool. I hit Amathea, then I hit Luke, and then I hit the new girl, who is like very much designed for Kinyon, who is a character I really wanted to play, but apparently he needed Galbrena, and I'm like, I don't really care for Galbrena. So I skipped
Don't
her.
you love characters that they need very specific team comps to work out?
Oh yeah, why do you think I have? Yeah, man, I totally love me actually having to pull in Hawkeye Star Rail to make sure I have everything I need for Silver Wolf.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be Zenless and you don't pull like one of the 3 idols who just happen to have animations locked to all 3 of them being together.
I mean, oh, don't worry. I basically kind of just dropped Sinless. I don't care anymore. At least not right now. Nothing's hooking me back in. So I'm just kind of like, I'm just here. I'm just piling up what I can if I do log in and just kind of sitting. You know, the Nikkei the new Nikkei event is going on for spring, which is completely bait because we're like a month away from half anniversary.
Yeah, I love when games do that. It's like, oh, you want to please spend early.
So it's a school event, which those have been very hit or miss. And this one is a visual novel dating sim thing this time. And so they have effectively like 2 main routes to go on, which is they turned Arcana into like a fake student and gave her a new alt character. And then to subsidize it, they decided, hey, let's make Privity a teacher and give her a gotcha skin. That is,
Why not?
and then also like, oh hey, by the way, Viper will also get a gamer girl TM skin from Razer, which
I was talking with some people about this earlier, but like, it's kind of crazy how streamer has become a character class in games now.
I mean,
Like every game has to have one for some, no matter how out of place it is.
I mean, why do fantasy have wizards and knights and sorcery? Because it's like, well, it's based on something.
I'm sure.
Adapting it this fast, though, yeah, I completely get it. I understand. Like, yeah, that's probably a little too much.
It's like, what was it? The game Time Takers has it. It literally has a character that's a Battlefield content creator.
Oh, okay.
In a shooter. All right. This needs to stop.
Also, shout to all my women.
Hmm?
Shout to all my women that play Nikkei. Y'all the real ones.
Dog, that drama just happened today.
Yeah. But still, shout them because they deserve actual positivity here.
Yep.
Like once it like who was it? What you say? Those gotcha grail or something on Twitter?
Uh-huh.
Like
now do you believe me?
Oh no, I believed you. I'm just like it's just funny because I'm like, really? Like it's one of those things where like they're man. It really do be like I don't know what it is because it's like on one hand there is an argument to be made about hey, Nikkei is primarily talking about like is it primarily for straight white men, and the answer is kind of yeah, without a doubt. I mean, come on.
Oh, no, okay, but counter argument.
I was done, but go ahead. What's your argument?
I don't know. I'm just gonna say most of that gotcha girl crowd definitely is not. Dude, it's a bunch of puritanical gooners from a certain region in the world that have all just found each other on Twitter and Facebook. Not gonna
Okay,
say which region.
I'm not gonna go that far because that might go into some race
Yep,
stuff. I'm not moving that back.
I'm not saying anything else further than that.
But I say this as because without like women, without women, like the whole thing is that like the whole point is like so people who don't know because you're not online enough, even though you're somehow listening to this podcast, somebody a woman made a post about the new dating sim event and said, man, this this kind of feels like some sort of like self Yuri, like some sort of like self-insert Yuri here, considering I'm a girl and everything, right? And like people just took that the weirdest way possible to mean like, oh, this is technically Yuri, like, and I'm just
you cannot say the Y word near anyone from Gotcha Grail. The
like,
Y word is verboten there.
which is just crazy because I'm like, guys, she was because like she self
Nope. Sorry,
no
women can't self-insert. Nope.
like what do you mean like self-insert? It's a dating sim. I'm sorry, there were people that self-inserted. There are people that self-inserted with freaking what Shiki Tono, bro. There are women that self-insert with Shiki Tono, and that's a whole other.
Excuse me. We need you to self-insert as a male, self-inserting as a commander in Nikkei.
Excuse me, you can fuck right off. like, and then it's like a whole discussion about like things. I'm just like,
without women at Nikkei's, all of Nikkei's designs would be AI slop. All right.
like literally like the designer of Nikkei is the head designer is the CEO's wife. Probably the only reason why we haven't like turned any Nikkeis into Greats of Resident Evil yet. And we'll get to that in a second too. We'll get to that in news
yeah.
as well. But it's like
she just talks about The Office.
yeah, she's like, no, go.
Nope. Honey, I'm working. You go do CEO stuff over there.
But I need to test the AI.
No.
Listen, test that AI with any of my girls. You go get sent to go get tested. All right.
This is going in my folder. Don't worry about it.
But for real, it's like I not to kind of like be anything, but like I genuinely am like we kind of just gotta keep it a buck. Like, is there probably like a lot of like straight men that is it more game that's more for straight men? Yes, but there's a reason why Nikkei has become. There's a reason why Nikkei is as big as it is in like the whole like overworld itself, and not Brown Dust 2. And why Girls Frontline is floundering a little bit. I'm not saying it's completely out of there. And that's because its story is generally impactful. I feel like,
and you can play Nikkei on Twitch and not Brown Dust.
I mean that too. But I feel like I made that wording completely ill, and I'm sorry. That's not what I mean. What I mean is to say is Nikkei has like this is kind of the real thing, right? Like Nikkei has a lot of like genuine like attempts of discussion about it, and you could just like wanting to discuss like the ideas of something. I feel is important, right? There's attempts of depth here that games like from my brief I'll completely admit like I was only into the Brown Dust sphere only because of Brave 9. So I am completely like but I've been pretty much checked out of like the Brown Dust franchise since 2 became effectively softcore porn.
Mm.
Like I was already out like when the whole that chick that was like whose like stockings were basically like vacuum sealed shut on her behind. And I was even more and I was like, oh yeah, no, this game is lost and I don't really have any personal desires to play it. When
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Snowbreak you gotta sacrifice to the void in exchange.
oh yeah, Snowbreak that exists. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody talk about Snowbreak.
Not anymore.
Like at least like Brown Dust 2 is because like it's so like it is basically like you are one genuine like you know what like all it takes is like if it weren't for the fact that they still have to kind of like put their stuff on the Google Play Store,
Right.
they would have just straight up just had an actual penis on screen. It just had them just straight stroking down these girls at this point, like because it's like they've basically just said, you know what, this is supposed to be a prequel to the original. But at this
I think
point,
they learned their lesson after the Goblin Slayer collab to avoid doing that again.
did they even do that? What do you mean?
There's a very quite. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
They were goblins.
I know they're goblins. I know about Goblin Slayer. I'm just saying they didn't actually like do anything, right?
Nothing a good Fate the Black can't solve.
Okay. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, yes, Nikkei is a game that, without a doubt, is primarily focused on hot women, shaking their ass on the screen, clapping cheeks, got guns and everything. But it's not
sound effects.
And straight men obviously like that. Like, but you know what? Who wouldn't if they also like women? They're at least bisexual or whatnot. But here's the thing. Nikkei, I also say like I'll put it like this. Because I feel like I'm kind of lost my thing, so I'm going back to cleaning up there. So here's what I'll say. Nikkei, like, if it weren't for women, Nikkei probably wouldn't be as big as it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cosplayers aside, I'm talking artwork like artists. I'm talking about content creators, like, because most of the content creators I see of Nikkei right now are mainly women. I'm not saying there aren't guys, right? Pyrex is a big one. Eisen, Sterling, like, right there are a lot of men that do content creation on Nikkei, but I feel like the women are very special because it's affecting it's like getting it's really like a cosign, right?
Right.
Because if women are hopping on to play Nikkei, right, and not only hopping on, they're enjoying what they're doing, right? They're enjoying playing the game, they're enjoying like building community, discussion the game, right? Because there are things in Nikkei to discuss and like talk about, right? Like, again, shout out to Pyrex, like him, like going straight up into lore of Nikkei is one of the reasons why this game is also talked about more than just its booty for people who have somewhat of a passing interest of the game, where I played it for, more than 10 chapters.
Nikkei has one of the larger amount of people who actually play the gacha game for the plot.
Now, there's obviously people like people from Genshin who play for the plot, right? Shout Murderbirds, you're a real one.
Mm-hmm.
But it very much is like there is more to Nikkei than just the titties and the ass, and you can't be like, oh, there's more to brownness too, like that, or there's more to Snowbrain like that, and I'm like, no, there isn't, because I've never heard multiple times that the team of Nikkei is rewriting their story. Almost every time I've gone to at least like I've gone to Brownness 2 subreddit, I remember like back when we were talking about Snowbreak a lot, like it was, oh, they're gonna rewrite the story. They're rewriting the story. Something about this, they're rewriting the story. And it's like, let's be honest here, they could have easily done something like that. Like, yeah, we're gonna rewrite the story because there was a pretty
I gave up on Brownness too, having any kind of like
I thought people like
motion to it when it's like they were like recently they were like, all right, we're changing the story, and right now it's no longer gonna be in third person. We're gonna have an actual self-insert main character. It's like, guys, no, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like but the point is like it's supposed to, like the whole Brownness 2 was meant to be served as like this is a prequel to Brave 9. Right, that's what I remember, and the fact that they have effectively ignored that, because now it's like, oh, I can have sexual interactions with multiple characters who are going to be important into the future of that world. It's like they basically kind of like hit like they basically like hit a timeline split now. Whereas, like, they basically just split the timeline in two now, effectively. Where it's like, yeah, it's basically like, yeah, we've gone back in the past of Brave 9, but at this point, it's like, just forget the other storylines exist. Let's be honest.
Yeah, like who cares? This game makes all the money. Don't worry about it.
Like, listen, like, and for compensation, we'll have you grind for a free skin where a girl gets just like gets railed by a tentacle monster behind the desk. Like, there you go. It's like, and we're not even being subtle with it. It's like she is basically getting violated by a tentacle monster. The thing. Whole new skin dropped. Where girl basically on a shred of cloth covering her coochie and booty hole. And like, you want me to take that? Like, is that for me? No. Is that like probably sexy? Yeah, like that is like, oh wow, that is crazy. But it's like, I'm not opening up, like, not opening up. Okay, what I mean to say is, I am not.
Mind your phrasing during this rant.
Yes, let's see. I just remember, because that could mean several things. Open up the game, open up them legs. Oh my god. Okay, I mean, I cannot take from a. It's the same reason why I'm like, I don't want to touch Snowbreak, because yeah, girls are hot, women are hot. I can get hot women anywhere. If I want goon, there's about 1,000 places I could go. Right? That's not the point. If you want that, that's fine. But you cannot look at me in the eye. You cannot look at me in the eye and say, there's more to Snowbreak. There's more to Brown Dust. There's more to any other of these games besides the sexual pleasure just for guys. And also, I feel like I've lost the plot. I'm completely like, I'm just rambling at this point, bro, because I think I just went on a whole other tangent. What I mean to say is, like, artistic. Okay, here we go. Artistically, I cannot respect Brown Dust 2 anymore. Same way I could not artistically, from an artistic standpoint, from a storytelling standpoint, from anything other than the hot women in your game standpoint, like, actually ride for these games or believe any of these games, because you have effectively taken out any potential interesting things, and you sold your soul. You're selling your soul to sell some coochie to get money, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at least if you're selling some coochie, you at least make the coochie interesting. You don't try and like walk back things or try to rewrite things, right? To try and like up sales or something, right? I generally think that's what the whole point was. I think the Snowbreak route was the worst thing, that was the worst like phrase to ever happen to games, or like to gacha games at least.
Nah, it still takes second place to Dev's list and on a macro scale.
Okay, true, but I'm like, that, like, one of the worst moments of, I mean, in terms of like gacha game history of modern times, like, that's one of the worst things to ever happen, because like, it implies that you can just ignore the characters, ignore your characters, ignore your character development, ignore all the stuff you had built prior, because you want to have your game open. So now the girls have to have their legs wide open, and nothing else matters.
See, the irony of Go to Snowbreak Rise, as Snowbreak is currently offline and has been offline for about almost 3 weeks now.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was trying to tell you about that earlier.
Wait. What do you mean Snowbreak's been
You're
off
learning
long.
about you're learning about this now?
No, I
Snowbreak flew way too close to the sun, and they've been in maintenance mode because of it for like 2.5 weeks.
oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, I can go further into that story if you want, but yeah, like Snowbreak is currently kill for now.
See, oh my god, the last tweet from the English site is from March. Oh no. Oh, they did. Oh, they did, bro. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
like I didn't know that. I thought you were talking about like, oh, so they're just kind of like stunned there, but it's like, bro, what?
No, I was talking about spiritually dead. I was talking about the game is actually
Yeah, like
actually gonzo.
I'm like, wait. Well, add that to the add that to the additional list of the whole house, man. What
All right. You want the story here?
Okay, what's going on?
All right. So, I'm gonna go way back into what the Chinese government has been doing to erotica content creators, novelists.
Wait,
They've been
hold
killing
on.
them.
I'm seeing something from the official Reddit.
It's one of the
So,
core managers saying the game might come back in early April.
okay, so continue.
So anyway, they were gelling a bunch of erotic novelists in China for a while, so tensions were getting pretty bad over there, of course, right?
Okay.
And then during a recent Snowbreak patch, there was a very explicit sex scene that occurs, up to and including the classic hentai white flashes and weird sound effects that gets deleted after like a week or so. And then in the midst of that whole fiasco of you can't put that in the gotcha game, you idiots, they thought the smart move would be to collab with the Chinese post office, which I don't know why either, but apparently a lot of people saw there was some crazy hypocrisy because you guys are gelling a bunch of novelists right now, and yet for some odd reason Snowbreak's allowed to get away with all of us Snowbreaks getting away with. So Snowbreak started getting mass reported, and it was actually national news over there for a while, for at least a day or two. And then Snowbreak just goes on maintenance for some reason they don't say, just indefinite maintenance. And then the Gotcha Girl side of the community all putting their attention towards Love and Deep Space. And then they started mass reporting Love and Deep Space and trying to get their events canceled. So it's kind of midst of a gotcha game civil war, all because Snowbreak flew too close to the sun.
Yeah.
It's the long and short of it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was a pretty succinct summary.
Thank you for that detail. I was just actually shocked. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Don't break it down. I'm like, it's like down bad. I didn't know that explicitly literally meant down bad. Like down bad.
Snowbreak finally broke down. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, okay. That is funny. Okay. So the point is, the point is like the long and short of it is like, damn, I don't know how to actually transition from that. That just stunned me. I'm like, um. So back to Nikkei. The reason why Nikkei, in my opinion, is as big as it is because people could be open about liking the game and not in like a, oh, we're just gonna be secretly on Reddit or, you know, on just kind of like whatever, or in our little discords or whatever. Like, you can actually talk about Nikkei openly on Twitter, right? Like,
Yep.
and it's like, okay, that's cool, right? Like, if Kodak can drop a video about Nikkei, and granted, whatever he said in the video is very much a, you know, that's a whole different discussion. But if he could drop a video on Nikkei and at least acknowledge that Nikkei has become a big global thing, right? Like, you're having like you had a freaking Dorothy like on the New York waters, bro. Like, you can't do that with Brown Dust or Snowbreak. Like, you couldn't do that with those games. It's like there's a point where it's like DK wanted to keep at least 12 plus, you know, depending on, and trust me, they are fighting for their lives with that the notion of keeping it 12 plus. Cause oh god. But they are pushing it. They are really pushing it. Cause like some of these skins, oh boy. But what I mean is like, because it is a lot more, you can promote it more, right? And but mainly it is that the female content creators, you know, people like uh, artists like Miss Necopon, uh people like Lasenia, Artemis Luna, Cinder, Bao, you know, Amelie, you know, a whole bunch of people, like a whole bunch of female content creators, and there's a whole lot I could say, like Obake Palm, like talking about Nikkei, like Kamima Nikkei. You know, they can be horny on main, but they can also like enjoy the story, enjoy the content, enjoy what's there, and be like genuinely like, and talk about it, and talk about more than just the cheeks clapping in your face, and generally have a competent discussion about more than just how big labels titties are. Like, how thick Alec is. And it's like, it was a cosign, because without the women, without female players generally like going to bat for Nikkei, we would not be at our 3rd anniversary the way we are. And I think that's also because Nikkei has not tried to succumb to this whole, oh, we gotta change what we're doing thing. Because they could have easily seen the feedback from a bunch of people who were not happy with certain events that happened during the 30-year anniversary, and immediately said, we're going to go back on that. They generally took it on the dev notes and said, we took a good hard look at ourselves, and we had a discussion, and we said, if we don't do it now, then there's no point in doing it in the future. And they generally talked, and they generally did it, and they did what they did. and they're sticking through with it for now that we know of. And if it weren't for that, and that's the real like difference between a Snowbreak basically like rewriting everything. That's the difference between a Brown Dust 2 a Brown Dust 2 having to basically like retcon the entire point of the game's existence. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to change the background of the podcast. I completely forgot. I'll change that real quick while we're talking, but you know, that's the whole difference. Yeah, there we go. That's the whole difference in DK standing by it. And it's like, because like, and I'll say this, like Western cultures have their own like set of like incels and these online incels that want to like be like, oh no, you did this, how dare you, and just kind of like abuse everything, right? Limbus Company, which is also a Korean like game, went through something similar. Went through something worse, actually. Right? So it's like, and it's shaken out, but for most part, it's been smooth sailing onwards. Shift Up, on the other hand, has dropped. It's basically been backed by Sony. Sony is like, yeah, like basically, so long as Shift Up is in Sony's good graces, like Sony will probably come to bat for them. Now that's probably a positive, but I'm like, so I understand like Snowbreak is going through the whole thing probably because of another portion of, I think besides the things you said, but also probably just because of like Chinese censorship laws or the attempt of censoring the game somewhat to restabilize and whatnot. That's probably a thing. Let's not act like it isn't. But also, what's but Brown Dust 2 is what? Where does Brown Dust 2 based on?
Also Korean, I'm pretty sure.
Is it Korean? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and then what is Brown Dust 2's excuse for doing all that? Why didn't you just write a better story? Now, obviously, that's
they don't have to.
that's being facetious, of course, because it's like, it's hard to write stories. It is very hard to write stories. So it's like that's just me being, putting a straw man out there. But it is like, but it is kind of a good question. Like, why wasn't your story strong? That should be the thing. Why didn't you improve your story writing as time went on to make it so that you didn't have to fall in this position? Why wasn't the quality of your writing for the past 2 years good enough to where you now have to resort into this?
If you think about it, no one will ever actually know if the story is good or not because no one's actually going to be reading the story.
Exactly. Everyone talks about Nikkei's story is great, Nikkei's story is good, Nikkei's story is thing, right? And again, depending on how you feel, but it's like people are saying there's something here we ride with. No one has said that for Brown Dust 2. Like,
yeah,
and Snowbreak just feels like it's kind of getting to like a almost a "I told you so" type of thing. I'm not saying it completely, but it's like
Snowbreak is currently in the finding out timeline.
That's a good way to say it. They're finding out the price is going to come in eventually.
Let it be known that Head of Snowbreak said something really funny way back as a promise to the players.
What?
If we ever have to censor the game again, I would rather we shut down. So let it be known, we are about 2 weeks away from a potential of end of service announcement for Snowbreak. Or the creator's liar.
Yeah, That is a statement, all
And see,
right.
the Snowbreak fan base in China is one of those fan bases known for frequently going to and protesting in front of the office. So things are gonna be real interesting real soon.
Okay, that is. Thank you for giving me that update because I was not expecting that plot twist.
Right? See, I told you there's always gonna be some weird pivot that's not on the list of things to talk about that will just randomly pull out of a hat. Very useful.
All right. Okay. But yeah, I think I'm just running in circles trying to explain things. But long story short is, women do matter. We usually not keep that in mind. And dog, if you think that Overzone isn't like Overzone is about as straight as fried green tomatoes. If you don't know what that I'm talking about, watch that movie and it'll all
All
make
right.
sense. Anyway, let's move on. But go to another discussion. Yeah, Silver Wolf's coming out, and I'm like, yay! But she might need other characters. I'm like, no. And I'm hearing, I haven't played like the actual Star Rail patches. I just got Young Quan. It's like, okay, I'll just grab somebody. Support is always like good to grab for things at least, right? So
I always grab a support.
it's like yeah, and from what I have heard, is like that game sounds like a nightmare to play right now. I'm like, I will wait until they like add something in so that you can skip all the aha stuff and whatnot.
I
Like,
like how like someone already finally broke the damage cap in HSR. It's like, why is the enemy still not dead yet?
yeah, all right. But I think the final thing is I have gotten I finally oh yeah, one more thing. I have finally actually played in a Vanguard locals for the first time in a couple months too.
Sweet.
I played Alcasail. That deck is actually pretty fun. I'm like, okay, there's something here. You're cooking. Shame there won't be any more support for it. Like, hey,
Man, they killed Sky. They end this guy right and me like out of nowhere.
yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like,
I was like, oh, Sky Raid's check back in next week for a brand new Vanguard manga.
I completely forgot. That's why I forgot about the announcement of the new Vanguard manga. But
Uh-huh.
I think it's kind of like whatever to the context. But yeah, no, Skyride ending instead of continuing the story of those characters, just like, yeah, we're going to a uh whole new cast of characters is like
Look, all right, it wouldn't be a Vanguard manga without an abrupt ending.
true, but it's like, was it not? It's kind of like, was it not doing well? It was like, it's in Core magazine, so I mean, like, Core has to have like a thing of like, the series ain't doing well, but we still need to do a Vanguard thing, so just do another thing or something.
Right. Yeah.
at least we're getting the English releases, so that's still cool. We still have that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Lord help 50 cards.
It's like, sorry, buddy, you're also a comics publisher now.
So I have a theory for what they're probably. So I have this theory, and while I could, I don't really think there's anything in the news that's gonna like be like, oh, this is gonna help the theory or anything. Mostly because there's no Vanguard like real news on there. Because we're
Huh.
like a week away, less than a week away from the product stream. Um,
The end this guy right to make room for a new manga that's gonna use the gimmick for the next part of Vanguard.
no, I think the idea is they probably are. I think they are really just wrapping up B series. I mean, D era completely. Like the end of vibes. I mean, just like straight up, like we're done with D as a whole.
It's finally
So,
time for Vanguard K.
so my theory is like they're probably just like, let's just kind of like start clean slate
Yeah.
on that. And it's like, okay, I guess we will do that and start again with a new thing, clean slate, and move on. Because I think they are, the whole new generation you want, because like start fresh with that. Now, as to why Scott Wright feels well, as to why you Quake has just kind of been feel like it's been left in the gulag, I don't know, but
I think Youth Quick is just they're like, you know what? We gotta let Ito do his own thing every once in a while. He doesn't need to touch mainline besides main character design, but
is that an Ito series?
yes.
Huh? Yeah, but I'm just like, the point is like, I think they are going to start this whole thing, and I think they're. I'm going to wait until the summer presentation because I think that's kind of important more than anything. But I feel like we might get a little bit of a hint for what's gonna happen for the next couple months because I think I am now probably just safe to after this episode. I think I'm just kind of like confirmed like yeah no we are ending Divine this
Y-
season. I think my
yep.
cope is over. I generally tried to hold off as long as I could, but I think
This
this
is the final season.
like but so on that note I which I have feelings about, but we'll talk about that on the spoiler cast when we do it at the end of the season. Which I
Yep.
have something special cooking for it. So I'm just hoping it's done in
I
time.
mean, you want to what a really ending Divines after the season?
What?
They don't have to have anyone acknowledge the giant massive space satellite that showed up like right next to the moon.
Huh? Oh, you mean the Moongate?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, what?
Yeah, they just they have to do something about the moon gate if there's another season. Like you can't just have every single person to look up this guy and go like, "Hey, wait a minute,
I mean, after this
what's
episode,
that up there?"
after this episode is like, does it matter?
Well, now it's just a powered off giant satellite.
Not good in spoilers, but very interesting events that happened this week. So we'll talk about that at another time.
Yep.
Uh, as for but yeah, I think the idea is there, and I think I'll put it like this. I'll say it like this. This is the last shot. As much as it pain, I won't say like some sort of doomer, right? But I feel like this is the I feel like this will be the last shot in the current card game climate. This will be Bushiroad's last true shot to make Vanguard a global game with this upcoming like transition.
Not gonna happen.
Like, because like you know why I'm saying that, right? Because like here's Kadari talking about we want to make Vanguard like the flagship. We want to like promote Vanguard. Like our big things to make Vanguard. It's like okay. So
Unless I get an internal memo from Furry talking about them ending their contract with Bushiroad, I'm giving up.
But here's the thing, right? It's like okay. So then, if that's the, it's like okay. So what are you going to do? It's like, are we going to get we're going to work towards simultaneous releases? Because that would help a lot. Are we going to make seasons longer so that we can actually like flesh out stories a lot better? Are we going to, start making more products than just, standees and stuff? Which, I want to see more about those plushies they're doing for Kai and Aichi. But like, what are we doing? Like, what is that's the big thing. What is the plan for the future of Vanguard with Divine's ending?
Here's what you do, all right? You release a set of 6 starter decks for $10. Now hear me out. You do not include a booster pack. No booster pack, no sleeves. Nothing.
But
all right?
No, but here's the thing.
But you include Love Effect text. The cards are not vanillas. Price them at $10. No extras. None. Nada. Zilch.
I mean, I think you would add a booster pack. If they were,
I don't trust Bushiroad pricing an extra booster pack.
Yeah, I think the big problem with that is like considering the last time they had like an extra thing, it cooked everything.
Just a plain Jane cardboard box with 50 cards in it.
Like, by the way, I want to. Can I get, now that we're done? Can I get my small mini rant on that off here? What an absolute disaster the start deck bosses ended up being.
Right.
Like, not a single one of them has been competitively viable at all. No one really plays them casually unless your name is Azim. And like, all their support cards have basically been homogenized to be effectively the same thing up until recently, where they basically just stopped even supporting them at all. They basically gave up on them. Like, what an actual, like, there's a thing you can say that is a failure for the Dress era, and that is one of them. Is just the failure of those 6 startup trial decks.
And look, I don't mind them being irrelevant, right? The biggest problem was just the way they were released.
Well, here's the problem. They were released
savage from the start.
The problem is the way they were released. Even if we talk about like Japan or global, it's still the same thing. You still have to support them, right?
The gimmick was terrible. All right, they were like that might have been the dumbest gimmick for any like pre-con ever.
I mean,
we made all of these cards vanillas so you could pull the cards in packs and update your decks, get a real wholesome TCG experience.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say like the biggest issue was like the fact that English did do that to those start decks, so that's what you're trying to talk about. But yes, that is also like, in hindsight, holy cow, that was even worse than possible because it's like,
well, English was just spitting on a corpse.
Because the
only, a lot of spit, but
hey, yo, okay. But the only real reason people bought those was because you literally needed to open them to play the game.
Right.
Which that was the other big misstep. It's like, dog, I don't care for any Zechs, but you tell me I need to buy at least one to make sure I have a mechanic to play the game. And again, the other issue with the English side was those were $3 in Japan. You got $3 to spare? Yeah, everyone got like at least $3 to spare. Especially back in that time period. You can just like, all right, here's 3 yen. Or 300 yen.
Post-pandemic economy's recovering. You got $3 in your pocket.
Yeah, you got at least $3. It ain't burning a hole, but it's there.
Right.
But it very much is like.
I want to know whose idea it was to do what they did for the English release. I hope they were fired.
I mean, there's somebody who I could probably say it is, like, probably the same person.
I hope he gets fired.
Like, it's okay, one thing to do that, but to increase the price was crazy. Like
at $3 at that point, it's like, all right, up in the $5. I don't care. Get 7-Eleven on the line, right? So you call 7-Eleven, call right, and be like, all right, here's what you're putting at, like, right at the cash register. Bam.
Like just something quick that kids can probably see, like, go to the gas station, like, oh, I wonder my kid will like this, and give it to him, just like, hey, I found this game. It was like $3 at the things. Like, it's really fine. It's like go to Japan. It's like, yeah, you can get a whole almost like 3-star class meals at the 7-Eleven. You can get gunpla at the 7-Eleven.
Get great gunpla at the 7-Eleven.
Like, why we just not abuse that idea here? Like, the point is, like, those things sucked, and it's like, I think it's enough time has passed to just say they are failures.
Enough time passed. I've been saying that from day one.
But I mean, like, hey, it's all fine. Like, at least one of them becomes meta relevant. None of them? Not a single one. No one gave a fuck. Use the language.
It's kind of funny how, like, only one of them actually showed up in the anime.
2. Only 2. Yeah. 2, because they were the tutorial fight. And then never showed up again. But we want to act, but only one card has ever shown up. 2 cards have ever shown up again. And that's the freaking starters. And they want to act like some sort of, man, you've been with me since the very beginning. Of course he was. He was the first card you ever bought, but you ain't never actually addressed him. You never addressed him, Akina.
They could do the funniest thing ever and reprint that starter in Brandgate.
Why? Why would they?
Because we're totally getting Brandgate Rezael.
No, we're not. What?
Yes, we are. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
trust me.
Okay.
Trust me.
Wait, you think he's just gonna become like a phantom last second? Like fusion?
I think Vice Ruger is gonna magic Rezael up, and it's like, oh, you're actually gonna use this dude's deck. I'm sorry.
Dog, there's no room in the set.
Yeah.
Unless they just only print that and say this card is also treated as Vice Ruger, I don't know how the hell that makes any sense.
Oh, you need is one card?
Oh, okay.
This is the season of Dual Nation G3s, apparently.
I disagree. I think they'll probably, like, I was gonna say, no, there's no room in anything because the Belfiore
Toru
is
got a
also
dual nation card. Erica got a dual nation card. Akina should probably get a dual nation card.
We'll talk about it later. Anyway, as for anything else, I got nothing. Plays Vanguard still very fun. Oh, I did buy more Beyblades. I finally got the a Phoenix Rudder like team pack. Got that, and got the Samurai with gigantic like tip for that one. So now I've got that, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Played some more Gundam and Digimon at other locals, and that's it. And we'll talk about Gundam later. So
Yeah.
that's it for me. What about you?
Oh, dude, not much has happened. General, I don't know, just been chilling. Picked up quite a few games recently. Unfortunately, I started playing Grand Blue Fantasy, and my life has been ruined forever.
You picked
It's
up
probably uninstalled that game.
you picked up another gacha game when you've been streaming 2 other gacha games.
I picked up Grand Blue Fantasy off stream like a while ago. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. It's going. I mean, it's a slow burn of a game, right? You have infinite stamina, but your brain does not have infinite time or patience to grind. And it's like, oh yeah, do the beginner academy after you skip like most of the game's story, like the game tells you to do in the tutorial. It's like, okay. If you do the academy, prepare to have to be hard carried by every other senior player for every raid you do. Cool. At least if you give me a ton of good loot. It's like, all right, yeah. I hope you. I don't know. Game's hard sometimes. And they're like, oh yeah, actually, we forgot to mention this, but here's a tutorial for Combat System version 2. Don't worry about it. It's like, what do you mean version 2? Excuse me? Craziness. The new Mamusume season started. The according to the Japanese player base, the worst one in the game. It's not. It just plays differently compared to every other part of the game. Because instead of training, it's mostly racing. Which is apparently unheard of, or, blasphemy in a horse racing game. So what do you mean I actually have to play the game? Oh no. Been enjoying the the TMNT set in Match the Gathering. And I've got my hands on it for a while longer. At least Limited's pretty fun. Like I do like that's a more combat focused set. Not a lot of room to just sit around in a turtle for a card advantage. That's awesome. Started playing Monster Hunter Stories 3. Like the day before Capcom decided to do a Capcom. Like, you gotta be kidding.
Hey, Monster Hunter's fun.
Unless it's wild. Forward patches. It was fun like booting up story stream and be like, wait, hold on, it's a Monster Hunter game that runs well? Really? I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah, anything's
The combat in
possible.
that game is weird. The combat in that game is pretty weird, I would say. So I'm like, I don't know how else you would translate Monster Hunter to a turn-based game. It's like step one, we removed the guard button. It's like, oh. Any active dodging? No. Oh no. And the monsters still have stupid one-shots like in the actual game? Yes. But they give you three, they just give you like 3 lives in the game, and it's like, okay. It's funny. As people saw yesterday on my stream, I started playing Star Survivor. Star Savior. I'm never gonna get rid of this game's name properly. I'm never gonna do it. Honestly, pretty fun gacha game, right? Although, there's something weird about it, alright? Stellasora, Star Savior, and Kazuya Nightmare, 3 roguelike gacha games from Korea, all launched within a month of each other. At least in Korea. Like, right on top of each other. And all 3 take from a different roguelite. Our Savior Shiba Musume, Stellasaurus Vampire Survivor, Kazuya Nightmare Slay the Spire. It's like they all launched super close to each other from the same region. And I'm wondering if this is a start of something, right? Like, are we just gonna see like a further like, are we just gonna see like 2 schools of gacha games moving forward? Like, are we getting MiHoYo likes and then the roguelites? As like the 2 branching paths for gacha games now? Weird how that works. It's funny how they like solved like the months long gap for a Star Savior. They're like, all right, we'll just give the global players like hundreds of pulls so you can catch up. They don't get to play any of the previous events. Just share them in currency and selectors and they'll be fine. And then launch with the counter side crossover. Which I mean, I'm not going to complain about. It's like, I mean, they give you the selector for one of the crossover characters, like the second you open the game up, which I found pretty funny. And the rates are pretty good, so you know, no complaints out of me for the game so far. And check back with me in like a month or so. We'll be like, all right, I kind of dropped Star Savior. Probably because NTE is coming out next month. Something I'm forewarned people, yes, I am picking up another gacha game in a month from now. Don't worry about it. And speaking of a Kazuya Nightmare. Oh, the new character. Remember on like the last podcast, I was like, man, this new character in Kazuya Nightmare is so complicated with their gimmick. They made another really complicated character. 2 in a row. This time it's a whole lot of energy management and cost management. And a separate energy pool. It gets weird really fast. And I can tell the character's confusing other people. Because she is the first new character to not be top 1 in the leaderboard team on release. First time this has happened. Like, I'm sure that's gonna change soon, but it's like, oh, the new character is not immediately meta. Oh no. Like, it's getting so bad. Everyone's running the DPS build for the previous character, who was the support character. And people just started building her for DPS instead. Just to avoid playing the new character. Fun. It game's been pretty nice. Slay the Spire 2 came out. It's just more Slay the Spire. I don't know what to say there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just game 2. It's better. There's more characters. But it's the most if it's not broke, don't fix it sequel I've seen in a while. I mean, can't complain there, right? Anything else?
That's why I keep calling him Kukgetsu.
What?
Nothing. Continue.
Okay. And anime-wise, MF Ghost is still a really dumb racing anime. Now, that's kind of funny for the most recent episodes. Like, oh, hey, what if the German and the French guy and the English guy just teamed up to beat every single Japanese competitor in this race? There's nothing odd about this at all. Like, even in the show, it's like, guys, the two foreigners have teamed up. What do we do here? And they're just conga lining through the entire course. Unfortunately, like every season of like the past 2 seasons of the show, season 3 ends mid-race. And I'm getting sick of it. It's like, check back in 3 to 6 months for the remaining 3 laps. Like, I just want to know why, right? Like, why have you structured anime like this? Like, not every race needs to be needs to have a cliffhanger between seasons. Terrible pacing, terrible structuring. I mean, still worth the watch, right? Sorry, Rooster Fighter came out recently, like a few days ago. Uh, I don't know what I expected when I watched it. But there was a rooster and it was fighting. Called Rooster Fighter. I recommend it. Someone might find it funny. Nocia finally had its actual finale after the fake out. It's a pretty nice ending. It's more like a cap off more than anything. I mean, I get why they did it, right? Like, I finally get why they the fake out. Technically speaking, you can just stop watching 18 episodes into a 21 episode show. Like, they're like, you don't actually have to watch the final 3 episodes. Nope. But we'll add 3 more anyways. I'm probably gonna hail as the best game adaptation in years. Emphasis on the word adaptation, so any Arcane fans don't get mad at me. It's not an original story, all right? Adaptation of a game with a plot. I regret watching Trigun season 2. Like each passing episode of that show, I've just been like, what happened here? Like the first season was really good, but this fall off needs to be studied. Like the animation's been worse, the writing's fallen off a cliff, the pacing is atrocious. Like, all right, guys, I want my time back, but I'm gonna finish the final 2 episodes anyways. I'm not gonna like it, but you know, may as well, right? I think we've all been there before. Uh, mm, Comrade pulled off the craziest twist one of the weirder twists I've seen in a while. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm almost certain it's impossible to avoid the spoilers for Zeds at this point. Yeah, unfortunately. If you've seen it, you've seen the spoilers. Gavin Infinity is fun, alright? Not on Gavin Infinity. I like the concept they've been doing for the show. They've been sticking to the theme of like every episode, a different universe where things are slightly different. Outside of featuring a person named Gavin. It's like, alright, so what's weird about this place? They sell loot in a really stupid way. Cool. Is that it? Maybe? Nah, what's this place? Uh, Bugs and humans have formed an alliance and the Prime Minister is a beetle. Ah. It seems a little different between the skill of these differences seems a little off here. Also, this is a superhero. Okay. Fun show. Too bad it's bombing in sales, apparently. Which there's been a lot of Sentai fans recently that have been like really hoping Gavin Infinity fails, so because they think Super Sentai is going to return afterwards, and they're idiots, big idiots. Right? Like even if this fails, Sentai is still going to be gone for the next like 5 years minimum. But they did show off the final Sentai team for a spin for like a few 3 episode spin-off or whatever. And it's like, oh, oh, this actually just feels like the cosmic fury of a Sentai.
What is now? I'm sorry.
The final Sentai team for the Gozuger special. This is the final team we're getting. I'm like, oh, this. No, no.
I told y'all.
It's like these are the people we're ending it with. Neat. Alright. Oh man, I forgot about something hilarious in gaming news. Duet Night Abyss got hacked again.
Oh yeah, I heard about.
Look, I've thought that game looks like terrible for a while now since it came out thereabout. And I'm just like, man, I'm sorry. What if I willed the hack? Like, here's the thing, right? It's the second hack. And the first person who hacked the game told everyone, hey guys, there was a massive security vulnerability in this game. You should all be glad I didn't send malware. And then 2 weeks later, someone else sends malware.
Wow.
It's like, okay. I mean, he was right. Like, he warned everyone. I mean, there were some other things in his warning, in the hacker's warning for the first guy. One, the game is full of AI slop. And two, the game is built right on top of Genshin Impact's code. And maybe and a lot of stuff stolen from Warframe. It's like, okay, buddy. And everyone's like, nah, that can't be true. It's like, I mean, now the second hack's happened, right? It kind of makes what he said a lot more believable, right? Anything other weird stuff I want to talk about? Uh, Darwin Incense still pretty nice. If you want to see, I mean, it's still a funny show about chimpanzee. Even if it's starting to veer into Metal Gear Solid territory. And I have an odd feeling season 2 is just gonna be Metal Gear with the monkey. Which honestly sounds pretty fun. So I'm just like, guys, why is this chimpanzee taking down like 6 trained soldiers in the woods in close quarters combat? What is going on in this show? Like the planet's been lost. And I refuse to believe this show still takes place in Missouri. These things is supposed to be in Missouri. I keep forgetting it's Missouri or Virginia. Does it matter? The show takes place in the American South. Figure it out. I mean, I don't know. I don't have too much to talk about. Tojima wants to be a Commodore in like tomorrow. Shoot. Yeah. And I still don't know what's happening in Fate Strange Fate. And that's fine. I think I'm just accepting you're not supposed to actually understand Fate. That's okay. Yeah, I think that covers everything. The whole, not a lot, right?
I mean, I don't know what this for. Then I just saw I'm scrolling Twitter and I was like, oh, I found a. Just he was talking about face drifting. I found a whole thing talking about why Unlimited Blade Works was adapted instead of the original Fate.
Didn't want to step on Dean's toes?
No. They wanted you to be WWE full, apparently a full length TV series, and was the perfect route to animate right after Fate Zero. And Natsu felt like since Fate Zero revealed so much, the Fate route could no longer be adapted as is.
That is fair. It's no longer a surprise.
He basically was like, yeah, no, basically Fate Zero nullified any reason to do the original Fate route without substantial changes.
And you know what Unlimited Blade Works has? Hype, moments, and aura. Perfect for a TV anime. Oh, all right. You want to talk about Pat Labor? And how Maury Calliope is invading our lives yet again? Oh, we cannot escape. I was so hyped for that anime. I'm like, oh hey, a new Pat Labor. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have gotten excited. Also, apparently, it's only like the next Gundam show.
What?
Yeah, it seems one of the really reputable leakers just leaked information out about the next main Gundam TV anime earlier today.
All right.
Like I completely forgot that happened.
All right, send that details to me so I don't have to. So we don't talk about it here.
Yeah. I hope you like Awakening of the Trailblazer.
I mean, I do, so.
Oh man, I forgot about G Generation Eternal. The 8th Mobile Suit Team event happened.
Cool.
I mean, started earlier.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just save up all my currency here so I don't accidentally pull anything from 8th Mobile Suit Team on the banner. The new units were the Goof Custom, the truck as the battleship, and then for some odd reason, 7 other Easy 8, because ET already had like an SSR. They were like, the Psycho Heart Row. And I'm like, all right. They gave me like 10 free tickets for the banner. And thankfully, I got the Psycho Haro. And I'm like, yes, Dodge 8's Mobile Suit Team. Cool.
What do you mean dodged it? That's crazy.
Well, see, I said to play the event out, right? Because if it turns out, funnily enough, the Absolute 3 counts as a Zaku. And Aina is somehow the first top tier Xeon attacker in the game. Then I'm like, all right, fine. I will max out the Absolute 3. You win. I mean, it's a free unit. So I'm like, wait, what do you mean she's the first Xeon offensive unit pilot? Excuse me? Like, I'm just staring at all these chars in my inventory. It's like, oh no. Crazy. Also, they finally announced the 00 Season 2. And it's coming before the anniversary. And I'm like, all right. Do I want to pull for the 00? Or do I wait for the anniversary banner?
Mm.
I'll probably save for the anniversary banner. It's like, I'm not going to risk it. Plus Generation Eternal's been pretty good with the development tree units. Like the non-gacha units have been hitting pretty hard recently. Somehow. Unless you're Hathaway's Flash. I have no clue why that's in the main game in an event. There's only 6 units. Tiniest dev tree in the game. And they just gave you the Gundam from the second movie for free.
What?
So it's like, yeah.
What's up? Okay.
Which I find hilarious. Because, like, why am I getting spoiled about the movie in the game while it's still in theaters? Stop. Bandai.
Yeah, I don't know what they just dropped about.
They're calling it the most spoiled movie of all time.
I mean, dog, I don't know why. I just watched the trailer release like a week after the movie dropped, and it's like, dog, this is a. And it's like, dog, why am I seeing this fight happen? Like, I'm watching this man have a mental breakdown in the cockpit. And then, like,
at this point, they've posted so many clips. You can just find them. You can just watch the entire movie through Twitter.
I mean, yeah, cause bro, like he is lit. Like this is like this. He's having a mental breakdown, and then just a horror. Something like a horror movie scene is like happening right at the end of it. It's like, what are we doing?
Why can't you just save this for the theater?
Hell, why can't you just drop the movie in English now? There's no way we have not figured out a way to just drop this at the same time. Why are we still delaying this?
You know what's funny? Like, even funnier just giving us the Gundam from the sequel. They've also just been giving out every single character in the movie out for free every week now. Here's Kenneth. Here's Lane. Here's Gigi. Here's another Hathaway in your inbox. It's like,
doing the G-Quirks again.
Giving me,
like, here you go. Here's
stop giving me stuff from Hathaway.
Like, here you go. Here's every G-Quirks character.
Right. But you know, G-Quirks was out, and I could watch G-Quirks.
I mean, you can watch it
Once
too. Aren't you Japanese?
G-Quirks. The G-Quirks was the first most fully upgraded unit across the entire player base, of course. Everyone got it for free, right?
Yeah.
Second was somehow the gold frame.
Okay.
And third was the Rising Freedom. It's like, huh. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know if I can sense a pattern here with this one.
Yeah, and they confirmed over 1 billion balls have been disassembled since the game came out. Because apparently there was an exploit going over since the game came out where you can get like special currency for disassembly, and the balls were the cheapest unit in the game. So you would just convert all your credits in the balls to convert into other currency to buy a ton of like high-end items. Fun exploit.
Yeah.
Stupid game. At least Age got some good stuff, right? Like, that's the one I'm glad about. Is that they gave Age so much love in the game. And X.
Yep. Man, I sure wish they'd do that in the card game.
Oh my gosh, right?
Dog.
I mean, there's still the G Generation Eternal side set.
Even then, it's like, dog, the
okay,
LR...
like what if all the good Age and X support is in the SD set?
I mean, even then, I still gotta wait another set, bro. Like, I read the Double X is so good. I think I told you this before, right? It's like the Double X is so good, it made me understand why they made the rest of X so trash.
No, it doesn't. Stop.
Yeah, that's cope completely, but I'm just still like, I can get it, but it's like, one, it's not an excuse at all. Not really, no. And two,
the deck doesn't do anything.
And two, it doesn't matter because right now in the current meta, I'll die before I even hit turn 7, let alone turn 8.
Right.
Like, oh man, I got this cool top end. I cannot play because I'm already dead by turn 6.
The only way to save X right now in that game is just have a card that rates mill half your deck.
Or like give them like, I don't know, give them like a green, give them a green command that's like, hey, here you go, mill out. Here you go. Look at top 3, like add 1 hand, mill 1, like mill the other 2.
Right.
Like a mill 1 guaranteed and like an optional second mill.
Like you would think, right, with how the Barbados Adept works, there would have been a Voltria just reads when this card takes damage, mill like 3 cards.
I mean, I think that's crazy. I think it's very funny that the Barbados Adapt is better than every Vulture card combined. And it's like, dog.
I swear they didn't test that. They did not test that card.
I think they were like, oh, it's good. I think they were like, it was probably fine in testing for Tekkenin because it's like, oh, you know, hey, it makes sense. Like, it is fine for Tekkenin. The problem is when you combine it with probably the one thing you should never give aggro, which is early game draw. That's where we have the problem.
Yep.
Like, at least we'll talk about it later, but like, you know, at least when like blue green was like considered quote unquote the best deck, it took a while, and even then, it's like it still could like completely like falter because you didn't have that much draw.
Right. Like you kind of need hand size to be a choke point in aggro.
Yes, and then because of just the accidentalness, you gave a combination of cards that allowed them to draw early.
Yep.
I'm not sure first one
And
was
so
a
speaking,
mistake. Anyway,
and like speaking of Barbados, IBO is ruining Battle Operation 2. Like it isn't just the Lupus Rex; it's the regular Barbados. It's also that stupid thing for Older Hunt.
Hajiraboshi?
Yeah, that's also in Battle Operation 2. Because they refuse to stop shilling that thing.
I didn't actually watch the clip you said.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Just awesome didn't just
quick fire the cannons. Which is funny because the Strike Freedom was like D tier for the longest time in the game. Like, I hate I don't know. Call me a purist or whatever when it comes to Battle Operation. That should have remained a UC only game.
And how do you make content? Like,
it's Universal Century.
Okay, true. Fair.
They also finally started putting in stuff from F90. Like, it's taken them, like, what? Game's been out for almost 10 years now? And they're only now starting to breach in the later UC?
I mean, I could probably, like, imagine, it's like, where do we exactly go? Because, you know, what's the context of all this stuff, right? Not a lot of people know about it. Probably, like, a slippery slope, because, like, well, it hasn't been adapted into anything yet.
I mean, they were putting characters in from arcade games.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, no, they just put M-Bice from a Japanese only Gundam arcade game into the game with its full moveset. I hated it because how do I block low in this game? Did I think about this? I can't block.
Listen, you know what else you can't block?
The Barbados bunny hopping?
No, you can't block the little sister loving. Okay.
That's more of an overhead than anything.
the greatest mix up.
This is what happens when you take the charge inputs off of a character.
Okay. All right. Anything
Cal
else?
is doomed.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Let's just get straight to the whole thing, bro. Because oh my goodness, if we want to talk about just complete, like again, whole house mad.
Yep. This is a disaster piece of a stream.
Like, I am actually opening up all the news, yeah. And it's like I think the only people who are happy are maybe like the Bowser players that are like, oh, we got a new anime, but we'll
Yeah, I mean it's only gonna be like 3 episodes, let's be real.
but let's we call ourselves the the parentheses TCG podcast for a reason. Because when there is something that happens in in the thing that we want to talk about, we'll talk about it. But for the most part, we'll talk about just anything. It's like, dog, what do you mean? Why is this shonen? This is like going to be a whole different thing. But like, this was perfect. Why is the Shonen Jump Twitter talking about the series finale of Chainsaw Man? I feel like I got hit. Like that was like the first domino that dropped that began to like break everything.
That was the funniest domino to drop. I'm like, wait, what do you mean the Chainsaw Man's ending?
Yeah, I'm like, I woke up. I forgot what I was doing, but like I woke up and like was doing stuff about to like get ready for class. Then I was like, oh yeah, Chainsaw Man manga thing. But I saw somebody tweet about, post something about like Chainsaw Man was ending in 2 weeks. I'm like, oh yeah, Chainsaw Man. Wait, what? And so I had to speed my ass into reading the chapter, and I could not believe what I had just witnessed.
That was the funniest chapter. And I'm like, oh, that's just how we're doing it. Okay.
It's like I'm like okay, chapter 4 was like, oh, that was funny. That was that was a funny ending to the chapter. Then it's like it's concludes like all that happened. I'm like, what is?
Oh, that's actually how we're ending it. Oh.
Yeah, I'm just like, huh? And forever, I would just look at my thing and just look at the moment Pachita just like about to eat himself. I'm like, what the about like, spoiler? At this point, the entire discussion from this point onwards is gonna be spoilers. At this point, I'm sorry. Right. Everything we talk about, just be ready to go through spoilers. I'll probably put like something in the YouTube.
No, this is a shenanigans cast from now until the end. Okay.
So like, I'll put like something on the quotes for like, hey, for record, all this is spoiler discussion and whatnot. So I will never forget the moment I read the moment Pachi's about to eat himself, and he just a peace sign, and it's like, what the what is happening? Like that's just a generational panel of like what?
Right. It's like you see, Denji, I've come to a conclusion that Chainsaw Man was a mistake, and for your own sake, we need to stop doing this Chainsaw Man thing. All right. Peace. Adios.
It's like, wait, huh? And it just
I mean, I get it. I get the message. But what do you mean this is a finale?
someone kind of like the amount of reactions I saw, it was like some point like this, man, I'm dumbfounded because I just witnessed one of my favorite characters say something 100% they should not say. And I just can't help but look at it.
Like, bro, just like let me just reveal I actually have like 300 IQ.
It's like Pachita just going, you know what, dog? I'm done.
This was a problem, man. Get some help.
This is a mistake. What are we
doing here?
We're setting all this back. Like, peace out, bro. I'm out.
I was joking, right? That like, here's what probably happened way back. Pochita ate the mundane devil. And that's what really kickstarted everything bad that's been happening in Chainsaw Man. He ate normality. Because what do people fear most in just living a normal life with nothing happening? They don't amount to anything. A plain Jane life with nothing going on. And him just eating the mundane devil just threw everything off course. And therefore, by leaving, Genji will just wake up in a completely normal life.
Here's the other awkward thing about this whole thing. Doesn't Genji technically have like heart disease?
Yes.
So without Pochita, he will eventually just die because he does not have the ability to get any help at all.
I mean, of course, it also could just end with Genji just looking up at the night sky, seeing the Death Star, and just immediately dying anyways.
This is both hilarious and confusing at the same time. It's like, how did we get?
It's like, man, I wish upon a star that Pochita will return. Oh. There's like, where do you go from here?
Nowhere. We'll find out on Tuesday.
It's like Fujimoto, you give it like 18 pages to knock your house burned down. Dog, think fast.
No, he's too busy watching Hoppers, bro. like he dropped that, and I guess he really meant it. It's like, I'm done, bro. I'm good. I'm out.
See, here's what probably happened, right? He saw that Medulo ended, and then Gege called him over and like, yo, bro, you want to go on vacation together? It's like, yeah, man.
Just it's the most dumbfounding chapter of all time. And then said, I'm just gonna watch the funny Beaver movie. And just like, yeah, it's like, because like it just tells me, it's like, yeah, no, bro, it's like, nah, this was the whatever plan I had, this was the one I made the choice with. Because logically, it is like, like from a storytelling standpoint, it makes sense. It's like, this feels like the natural endpoint anyway. But it's like, dog, but there's so many questions. What do you mean?
It's not the plot endpoint, it's a thematic endpoint.
Yeah, it's a thematic
Thematically, this is where it should end.
Thematically, yes. Narratively, this is some bullshit. What are you talking about? So we really just killed Nayata?
And such.
We really just killed our Nayata. But really?
Don't worry about the fake chainsaw man.
What about power? Where the hell is Kishibe?
Chainsaw Man still running around off screen.
No, we got fake Saw Man. But he was just
No,
a
Girl Saw
regular...
Man and Fake Saw Man are two different fake chainsaws.
No, you're wrong. I can't. No.
Yes, Girl Saw is not Fake Saw.
Oh my god. Bro up that said, you know what? I think I'm done. I will just write this. I think he's like, all right, I'm not having fun anymore. I generally am not.
Okay. What if Fake Saw is just a Denji from a different timeline?
All right, we're moving on. I can't. All right, next storyline.
I think people might be talking about this ending, like people talked about Evangelion's TV ending.
Oh,
Only without end of. We're gonna go like 20 years later, but we're like, is that really how Chainsaw Man ends? Yep.
the modern day
Yep.
Evangelion ending. Just like, all right, we can't do this no more. Dog. Like it's starting like a feeling like it's just so abrupt, which is so funny. It's like we didn't even get like a thing of like, all right, like hey, Chainsaw Man's gonna end soon, okay? Like
I mean, Devilman also ended abruptly. Maybe he's just keeping with the theme.
I feel
Of
like
course, Chainsaw Man is nowhere near as good as Devilman, but you know, he tried.
it's so funny. I'm like, what just happened, bro?
That's it. Go home. He's going on vacation.
Like you needed a break, just put it on hiatus. Or like, are we doing it? But it's like
You could just make a part 3, you know.
it's like you stop part 2. It's like all right, go to part 3. It's what are we doing? Okay.
Yeah, just take a break for like a year. Oh my god, man.
Okay, next topic.
All right.
Look at this! He's holding her as a baby! This is fucking weird! This is official! This is in the game!
I see what the next topic is.
It's the second Saturn thing.
Yep.
As a baby! And he fucking married her! And he fucked
Street Fighter.
her! He fucked her! And now his reputation is Cousin Cracker!
Just a Street Fighter.
100 reps of Cousin Cracker!
Record player numbers, most hyped up DLC release.
What did they do with this? Capcom? Why? Actual
Gem.
shit.
Kenny Omega. We got a Gem Project song. They rolled out the red carpet for this. But you know what will really like make people happy with this character?
What?
Sweet Home Alabama. And people just draw. It's so funny to watch people just draw family trees to try to cope their way out of this. Like, dog, no. No saving this. It can't get worse. Right? Maybe fighting games were a mistake.
Why?
Like they overheard people talking about Kai and Dizzy and said, "Hold on."
So, for those who don't know, Street Fighter 6 released Alex. He's the main character. Of Street Fighter 3. So they've re-released him into the game. And his storyline in both the arcade and World Tour effectively retcon his storyline to be that he marries his adoptive sister and is having a child with her.
Also his cousin.
No, then like if you do World Tour mode, it reveals that his trainer, the person who adopted him, is actually related to his mom, making her his now wife his second cousin. And they were and he was holding her as a literal baby.
Mind you, they were raised as siblings.
Like, listen, there's so many levels to this that are like, what the heck is wrong with you, dog? Like, okay, listen,
you didn't have to do any of this.
Like, no, it's the fact that they like combined everything. It's like, all right,
Like,
so listen, adoptive sister, okay, whatever. Freaking Trails, Estelle and one of the biggest relationships with Trails is Estelle and Joshua. Joshua's adopted in Estelle's family. They're basically together. That's a whole different thing. Right? Like, that can happen because, you know, hey, you're not blood related. It's fine. Or it's fine enough.
It depends on how long they've known each other. It's driving wedge here.
That's where the second issue comes in. They've known each other since she was a literal toddler and he was holding her in his arms. What? Like, okay. Like the jokes of him pre-ordering are insane.
Oh no.
But it's like, all right, okay, you know what? We can deal with that. We can deal with that. And then the world tour to be like, her dad is actually related to my mom. Meaning she is my second cousin, which, while technically legal in some places in the United States, what the fuck?
Mind you, this is all new information for the most part.
Yes.
They added all of this for no reason.
They added all of this for no reason in this game and proceeded to slam the... Like, I literally just saw, let me...
Like, if I want an agenda post, I can't. Capcom did it for me.
Yes. Like, let me see if I can find... I think I saw it. Like, there's a good, like, thing I just saw. I'm just like, yeah, this is very much the case. Someone literally made this one. I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. Someone made this and like, yeah, it makes sense. I get you, buddy. This thumbnail makes so much sense. Yeah, I completely get you. Like, this is... You good?
Gosh. Yeah, I saw it. It's like, oh no.
Like Maximilian said, this is generational character assassination. How could you do this?
It's like, handle the hype for the character. It's like, why?
Like, this is Like,
insane work.
this is so bad. It overshadowed the fact that Tekken 8 broken the game again. Like it's really
So
like
here's how to fix all of this. All right.
like no, but Tekken 8.
There's one way to.
Dude, like Tekken 8 really just went quote back to basics. Effectively lied. Not only effectively lied, going through like watching a FDX go through the patch notes on stream and kind of testing everything. He's like, dog, that's not what the character is. And like reading all the patch notes is like, what are you talking about? And the way it's like they talked about Yoshimitsu and Steve like they the same. It's like, what?
Oh no.
And he watched him get nerfed to the ground, and he's like, what are we doing here? But then it's like, oh no, Lily gets to do some weird loops for free now. Like, huh?
All right.
Like, they didn't even get a night before people found out about Alex's story mode. Like, no one wants to talk about like, that's how dire this thing was. Because it's like, you know what? Like, Tekken 8 is completely broken, but hey, it was already broken.
You know what? Capcom just wanted to play defense.
No, but it's so bad. Like, there's literally people who like there's literally pro players like, you know what? I'm good. I'm done. They didn't even play the patch. They read the patch notes, saw their character didn't get nerfed. Like, do you know how you fucked up so bad to be like, my character didn't get nerfed, I'm quitting? What? Huh?
Hey, I have a question. Is Lars still ridiculous?
They buffed him, I think.
I am buying Tekken 8. Hold on. Don't mind me.
I think let me see what FDX kind of said about what his impressions of it were, because I remember, like, obviously not FDX is not the end all be all, but it's like let me see. Let's see. Okay, here's AT's feelings. He feels like both characters season 3, Jack, Victor, Law, Brian, Dragonoff, King, Claudio. And it's like, that's just off the normal thing, and it's like like, that's what he feels about. Oh, I need to watch the video. The characters nerfed in solid ways, like Anna got nerfed, Nina got nerfed, Steve and Yoshi got nerfed. Weaknesses were intentionally removed. Constant focus on making things easier. Yeah, this is also like day one and whatnot.
Oh, I'm reading the stuff for Lars. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, these seem like buffs.
Oh god, what have y'all done, bro?
Look, there's way out of this already for both Tekken and Street Fighter. They finally announced Tekken Cross Street Fighter.
Feels like your please save was broke. All right, let's move on. Being a whole house match.
They'll just announce 2B for Strive. All right.
So next up, let's talk about this thing, because I don't think you knew much about this.
The Cookie Run Kingdom fiasco.
Yeah, Cookie Run Kingdom happened same day as the Chainsaw Man thing, and you just kind of like, what happened, bro?
You mean the update's so bad apparently someone died?
I don't know how true that is, but that is like, holy cow! Like, dog, I'm like, there's no way this happened, bro. like, let me see. There's like a thing here. I think I'm trying to figure out like
Summary is.
trying to find a summary. I was trying to find a summary of it, but I'm like,
From what I've heard, apparently it's like some heroic sacrifice involved in people who are not taking it well.
yeah, some characters got killed off, and apparently this was like the end of the main story or something. Too, it is like,
Yeah. Oh, okay. They're just saying Nikkei.
what?
They're at the Nikkei stage of their cycle. Characters get killed off and everyone starts losing their mind.
I think it's more like how they were killed off for this one. Is like, what? I mean, listen, all I know is like this is just kind of like very insane that this was just happening the whole time. Same thing. So it's
Right.
like, oh god. All right, we can move on to the next thing. Magic Gathering really has like one piece of news that I can tell.
Yep.
Collab with Destiny 2.
These cosmetics look atrocious.
Yeah,
Okay, not that bad. The Chandra's throwing me off.
Sandra's that is not good.
No.
But the other two are alright, but we don't know much about it, right? So
Right.
and it's like, aren't they?
Like,
They're still waiting for like a regular update on the game, but like for some reason they got this. Is like, oh, they're Destiny 2 is cooking, bro.
right. Look, all they had to do, they were given one mission for Bungie. Be more popular than Warframe. All they had to do.
Well,
Nope.
moving on. So this is our kind of like Pokemon thing, and it's kind of like a So there's an interview with a producer of Pokemon's resurgence after Pokemon Go. Different Fight like translated it or like gave a translate. And Nakayama, who worked at excuse me, Nakuyo the whole is apparently Bushiroad is someone who was involved with Bushiroad. Is related to one of the reasons why Pokemon kind of came back on a resurgence, at least in the card game space.
Yep.
And Pokemon Go also was a turning point. And there was a time where it was like 10 years. I think it was tough. It seems that person in Pokemon Co. consulted with a company called Bushiroad, which is strong in card games, saying, what should I do about card games? In particular, Pokemon cards are sluggish. At the time, you guys were very strong, and Bushiroad's Vanguard came up. I had the image that Pokemon cards were not very good card games. Did successful when we surged Pokemon card game with that? Exactly right. We handled their Pokemon Fever and Pokemon Go and pulling out Pokemon cards they played in the past. We can. Yeah, I wish I could translate. But yeah, it's like the discussion, like this kind of led to like an interesting discussion of So if Bushiroad is, or at least someone from Bushiroad was related to the inevitable the return of Pokemon
Yeah.
when it came related to Pokemon Go, uh what the heck happened to everything else?
Right.
This is less of a Pokemon discussion, more of a so Bushiroad can consult with other card games and get them quote unquote back on their feet. For some reason
Well, we know the answer,
what's the answer?
and I believe it's a Midani.
Mm.
Like at this point, we have enough evidence that there's been competent people, top to bottom, involved in Vanguard, except for at the very top.
Yeah. That is a very good thing. Very interesting to say. This is kind of a small thing. I don't really think much to it. Just kind of want to bring it up.
Hey, here's some advice on what to do with the Pokemon TCG. Wow, thanks, Bushiroad. Oh my gosh. Here comes some money. Meanwhile, they're like, oh yeah, we'll totally get a Vanguard to be one of the top trading card games in the world. Yep,
To be fair, 2016, they were probably the best they've. That probably was like Vanguard's like highest point generally.
Like what was that, like not late G, like mid-ish
Mid G,
keyword
yeah.
era?
Like,
Yeah.
definitely like that was like it's a good point, right?
I think their highest point was like what? Link Joker?
Somewhere around there. I don't remember.
Like it was like pre-Chaos Breaker, I feel like.
I feel like that's the thing people say is the peak, but like
But that's like when the game was like most affordable before like Legion rares and whatnot.
mm-hmm.
And they still had like a lot of more of a younger audience share.
Mm. Yeah, so very
Yeah, 2016 was the second peak.
but it is very interesting that it's like, the fact that Pokemon is as big as it is now, like Different says, like Pokemon is holding a 7,500 player major in Osaka where majority of players couldn't even get in due to the lottery system. Like people couldn't even get into a $75,000 75,000 player tournament. That is Evo numbers, bro. Like
Yeah.
that was Street Fighter Evo last year numbers. That's crazy. Yes, it is that question of we need to start kind of like wondering here is like why the heck does it feel like Vanguard should be in this
Look,
state for some reason?
I need New Japan Pro Wrestling and Bandori to start dying so Kidani finally gets ousted.
We'll see in a year if Power World survives, okay?
No, it won't.
I said if Power World survives. But anyway,
I'm shooting it my write-off beam.
I mean, listen, I feel like Power World will be in the same space of like it'll become a Dragonborn game where
Power World actually does well, then we have to have an even more serious discussion about the state of Vanguard.
we always have a serious discussion about the state of Vanguard.
I know. We have to have another one. Every 2 weeks.
Well, anyway, moving on to state of Vanguard. Let's talk about the state of Altered, which is nothing.
Yeah, I am so sorry, all two TCG players. We talked about in the podcast. I said the game was terrible conceptually, and then they died like a month later. I apologize.
I think we talked about like 2 months ago. I think it was like the start of the new era, right? Just early January or so. But like, yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
Altered is with a heavy heart that we have decided to cancel the Roots of Corruption campaign. This campaign does not only mark the end of a crowdfunding project, unfortunately, it also marks the end of the Altered universe. So let's go and read the official statement. As promised, this is from March 18th, 2026. As promised, we are getting back to you to provide an update on the mobilization of our professional partners. The amount collected from them stands at $680,000. Combined with the $420,000 currently
Pounds.
pledged on GameFound, we reached a total of approximately.
Euros?
Say that again?
I'm like, I don't remember which currency this was. Euros or pounds?
Pounds, yes. We're
Yeah.
1.1 million pounds at this hour. We are far too far from the vital goal of 2 million we had set to guarantee the future of the game. It would be dishonest to tell you that we can still turn the tide by the Friday evening. We must face the reality the numbers simply aren't there. It is with a heavy heart that we have decided to cancel the Roots of Corruption campaign. As we commit to doing, all backers, both players and retailers, will be reimbursed in full. This is a cornerstone of responsibility towards you and is the most obvious decision to make. This campaign does not only mark the end of a crowdfunding project, unfortunately also marks the end of the Altered adventure.
I warned you about needing the crowdfund every set, bro.
This is from Equinox's founder statement. On personal note, I have experienced the end of project before, cycles that come to a close. But today feels different. Tonight we feel profound sadness as we reflect on what Altered has become for all of us. Tonight we are thinking of you, our players, our community, our ambassadors. To everyone who accompanied us, supported us, and sometimes challenged us, Altered managed to create something rare, a sincere, kind, and committed community. We say this because we met you time and again. You often surprised us. We are sad tonight because we realized that what this game represented for many of you, and because we also realized that we failed to achieve. We are thinking of the game stores. To those who believed in the game before it was a certainty, who championed it to their customers, and who ordered stock on a gamble. Running a game store is an act of faith in itself. Betting on an independent French TCG with original universe and no established license to lean on. That deserves to be acknowledged. Thank you to them. We are thinking of our artist, Alters the Universe, a visual identity, something recognizable at a single glance. This world did not exist until they drew it. Thank you to them for giving substance to all of this. We are thinking of our partners, those we call such for lack of a better word, because partner describes a contract, but not the relationship. For their advice, for what they taught us by their side, for the moments they believed in the project even more than we perhaps deserved. We grew together and it cannot be erased. And of course, on a personal level, my thoughts are with the team, the women and men who continue to believe, even when the headwind became exhausting. To their resilience in the face of invisible obstacles, to their total dedication, they've been extraordinary. I know the word can feel worn out, but here it takes on its full meaning. Thank you for them. Thank you to them for allowing this universe to exist, if only for a time. As we write these lines, we quickly realize how much we lack the words to evoke all the positive emotions tied to these years by your side. There are 1,000 memories to recall, encounters, smiles, events, and passionate discussion. Now, I know that the settling silence brings its share of questions. What will happen to your digital collections? The future of on-board game arena? The legacy of this universe? We're not going to leave you in a vacuum. We simply need time to digest this moment, to properly close this chapter, and provide you with clear and respectful answers. Thank you for every card played, for every smile exchanged, for everything you put of yourselves into this adventure. It was an honor to imagine it with you. Legis Bonese, Equinox's founder.
Like, I mean, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, that's the fundamental risk of like running a like fully crowdfunding game, right? Like you are betting on like there being no bumps in the road, totally no global economic crises,
So
zero geopolitical events that can affect people's affordability.
so let's kind of start with the things about this, right? This is
Yeah.
we talked about the industry and like how like in terms of the big names of the industry is how it's like it's basically become if you don't have an IP, you're going to suffer or probably not exist as long as you're the non indie,
Right.
like the non indie, but also like mainstream TCG. Altered hit that Kickstarter and was going okay for a time.
Yeah.
But for some reason, with the set prior we talked about, for some reason they decided to um. Hold on, I'm trying to remember what was the Roots of Corruption. Was that the set we talked about?
Think so.
So yeah, they not only they failed the set.
Yeah. Which I mean, to the degree that the Kickstarter failed, right? I mean, the crowdfunding campaign
Yes.
that tells you there was some sharp player churn, right? Or the whale stopped whaling. Probably both.
I mean, the thing. I mean, they completely fumbled that whole thing, right? Of saying, "Oh, we need this thing," but it's like, "Oh no, actually, we need 2 million." Like what?
Uh huh.
Like, like I think that's that was always the big issue with that crowdfunder. It's like it's one thing to be like, "Hey, we need some money," or like, "Hey, we need more money than we're letting on," but the real point was that you lied.
Yep.
Like lying, uh, is a whole
Like
thing.
the thing I've noticed a lot for crowdfunded card games in general, they hit the ground running. All of them. Okay, not all of them. Like oftentimes, right? Like there's a sizable market of people with a ton of disposable income that just crowdfund a bunch of card games. The problem is holding them afterwards. In general, right?
Mm.
The Virtual Grand Archive. It's working for Cyberpunk, but it's Cyberpunk, right? So it worked for a while for Altered. Bunch of other projects. It's really okay. I'm not gonna say easy, but like there is a large subset of people that just want a new card game, and they will just chuck a ton of money at it. Or at least the goals are set low enough where they can hold at least as long as like a few hundred people buy into the game, they'll be fine, right? Like maybe like 1,000 to whatever. Numbers are numbers. I'm lowballing. Like the churn is a problem. Like if you can't hit like moderate success in like 2 or 3 sets and you're still crowdfunding, stop.
But so I don't know why they made the decision to go to crowdfunding future sets. So that tells me that there's like something was going on behind the scenes that was like why like that was like we have to now go back to it's like it implores me from the details like they had something was going on behind the scenes that they were like well we need more money or something like this which is why they went to crowdfunding. So it's like somewhere along the line, something effed up instead of going to crowdfunding. But then, unfortunately,
they were not breaking even.
Yes, and I think that it's just like it's a very ambitious thing. It's like you guys don't have the it's just the unfortunate thing. You never had the money to really make this go thing. Like you had to be a big starter. If not, you had to cut down on something.
And like here's the thing, right? As on top of that, like if you're crowdfunding the sets, right? That means a lot of people are going in the backer tiers where you get a box or a case of the next set. Which means what happens when the game gets in the stores? Most of your player base, theoretically, already has the cards. Which means, that just puts like more like work over on like the local game stores that do try to support the game. But most people aren't gonna see the game outside of advertising that does not exist because you're pretty much breaking even on just getting the set out to the backers.
Yeah, but that's not even
like the momentum just is not there.
That's not including the fact that they still have they had the online whole system of, oh, you can order special things on the digital thing. They had a whole digital thing, and it's like, dog, what were y'all? What? Like,
it's an NFT card game post NFT boom.
putting that evil on them, but it's like it very much is that. Yeah, just unfortunate because card archetypes are just like very much card games that are very much like new IPs and whatnot, or their own IP going down is a very bad thing.
We're in a post IP world, original IP world, unfortunately.
And it was too ambitious, and I feel like them not wanting to at least hey, you know what, we're just gonna be honest here, we don't have the money to sustain it or whatnot, and being like, hey, we're gonna have to make some cuts here on some of the things we can offer you because we just can't. It's been years, and it's like things have not picked up, or some of those lines, and it's been like there.
Mm-hmm.
I understand not wanting to cut people off your team to meet quality demands, right? But if you really wanted this game to keep going, sometimes you have I feel like the both positives and negatives that they didn't want to they didn't want to they didn't want to cut down on their vision, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? That's a good thing, right? Don't mess up your vision. But now a bunch of people are out of a job.
Yep.
Right? I guess that's.
I'm checking the original Kickstarter to see how much they raised.
Which that kind of comes to the question of how much, at what point is it better to just say, hey, we want to keep the game alive, so some of you we have to cut back on some things, and some of you might have to go until we can restabilize. And in terms of that, is like, okay, we had to do that, or the whole thing has to go.
Okay. All right. If you want stats or whatever, really quick.
Okay.
So the first Kickstarter was in 2024, right? We had 15,000 backers, and they raised 6.2 million pounds.
Okay.
And now we're looking at 2 years later at 3,000 backers and about. Sorry. Oops, I was looking at the wrong one. go back. Where's corruption? 1,500 backers at about 421 pounds. If you want to see the player churn in only 2 years.
Yeah, I mean,
The drop off is massive.
yeah, I mean that's how it is with card games, right? It's like sometimes like yeah, no, it's just not everyone's gonna stick around.
Like at that point, like with those kind of numbers, the only people that managed were like the Giga whales.
I mean, that's kind of the point. It's like I again, at the end of the day, I don't know what's going on in their business side of things, but overall it is still sad that another card game went down.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of like we kind of like a lot of it is self-inflicted. Some of it is self-inflicted. Some of it is
Right.
the current state of the industry. Right, there's only
you kind of have to like do a bigger push for like retail over like crowdfunding after like the first set, right? It's like you've proved your ideas, tried and tested. Try to look in the revenue source that aren't just, relying on people to keep funding the next set.
I mean, but again, the other problem is that keep funding the next set. It's like, well, the problem is like, I mean, it's just kind of how the game is built. It's like when every card can be completely different. Yet somehow
like it's a fun gimmick for one set.
Like it's something like that is. It is something that is very fun for like say a.
What was
like,
the name of that card game with the two decks? The deck that were like generated for each player.
Keyforge?
Yeah, Keyforge. The cards in Keyforge were set. The deck was just different.
Yeah. It's like you can do that like for like this or maybe even like maybe like a board game or like a Ascendance of Arrows or something like that, a deck building game. Something completely random you can do that. Not for like a TCG you want to hold competitive tournaments with.
Right.
Like that is because of like that is terrible because it's like yeah I can't even prepare for a tournament because yeah man the best because like one I don't know what the best deck game like competitively is like you can't even prepare because it's like man I don't know what deck is gonna be better. Is it gonna be John Doe's Turbo or John Doe's Ramp or John Doe's Control or John Doe's Aggro or John Doe's mid range? It's like okay, well, what's different
like
about
you try
John
and pair
Doe's?
for a certain deck, and then like someone brings out a familiar card, but the mat's different. It's like, oh well, shoot.
Yeah, it's like man, we're playing the same card, but they literally are completely different. Each one, and it's like dog. Like that is fun.
And you got
like,
mad at me. And you got mad at me for calling it an NFT game.
I'm not calling it. I don't want to call it NFT game because NFT games are like big. That's a negative connotation, but it is a very negative connotation.
It's operating on the same logic without the crypto. All right.
Okay, whatever. What do you want to call it? But the point is, there's a reason. Like, let's put it like this. There is a reason why Chaotic never changed, only changed some stats slightly, and never changed actual abilities of the card or costs.
Too bad that game never came back.
Right? It's like there's only you cannot go. There's a limit to it because like at the end of the day, if you want to have a competitive game, like people have to be like, yeah, man, I'm going to go. Imagine you go to a Yugioh tournament or like One Piece tournament, and you spend all your time crafting a deck, building a deck, and whatnot, and you go to the tournament and you fight like red, purple, Luffy 5 times, but they're all literally the whole different game. The whole different, every card in their deck is completely different, and it's like, how the heck do you prep for that?
Right.
Like, you can't. Like, what's
No.
gonna be funny because like it's gonna be technically like with the way Ultra works is like you couldn't even because like you couldn't heck, you might play Luffy again, but it's red green. It's the same card. It might have the same effect as the red purple, but it's like it's a different.
To be fair, that's just how One Piece is at this point.
Yes, but like I mean, but it's like it's technically the same card in the same set number. It's like what? Like at least those are like different like set numbers.
Right.
We're talking about literally the same card under the same set number being considered the same as that card, but has different colors and different abilities, different stats, etc., etc. Like that is not good for any competitive environment.
I mean, this is probably what it feels like sitting across the Shine Greymon player. It's like, all right, so which Marcus is this one?
Okay, good point.
No, they're all swinging at you. Don't worry about it.
Which Marcus is this one? The one that will punch you. Oh, okay.
This one punches and this one slaps. Take your damage.
All right. All right. We can move on to what's next? Ripbound. Let's go to Ripbound. This happened like literally the day after the last podcast.
Yep. Typical.
So this is from Dave Guxkin. He was talking about he's the design director for Ripbound. And so he says this, Ripbounders TLDR. We're discussing card bans in the near future based on overly dominant play patterns, but none to announce today, nor an expected date for bans. And 2, expect a separate rules update on March 30th for the new mechanics being introduced in our next set, Unleashed, as well as a few clarities around penalties, judge rewind, edge cases, and more. So, if, right now, like, from what I can tell, and, some people have kind of shown, like, pictures of in-game, and I've missed, like, a video I saw about someone, like, literally playing in a tournament, in a major, like, playing the game, and it's like, this is set 2's intended gameplay experience. And it's just, it looks like freaking, it looks like that meme of, back when...
the tier mirror?
Yeah, the tier mirror. It's just like, you just see Ezreal at the scene of the crime. It's like, of course.
I mean, I saw some other person describe it as like, all that money at Riot and you're designing a trading card game from people who have never played a trading card game. I'm like, no, you're thinking of V card. This is Riftbound.
I believe. Yeah. So yeah, set 2 and everything. It's like, oh boy. Like I know people are talking like, man, you gotta do bans on set 2. That's crazy. I'm like, to be fair, sometimes
It's a little crazy.
To be fair to designers, right? We talk about this with Gundam. When set 2 was like considered like mediocre.
Yep.
Right. Sometimes you just test cards and it's like you don't know if they're really good or not until you truly like send them out in the open. Right?
Yeah.
So you don't know what the actual weakness of the deck is until you get a little bit more feedback from wider thing, right? Because like sometimes it's like, oh, this deck is like, there have been a couple times like team in Vanguard was like, oh, this deck seems kind of bad, only for then like become top tier, right? Like, let's remember,
Right.
freaking people were like, man, Timely looks kind of seems whatever, and then it became the best deck in the game.
Look, all it took was one person to go, hey, wait a minute. What's this dragon doing that gets like grade -2 or whatever? It's like, is that a reset loop? Hold on. Look, I've used that card in like a bulk common, so like super low rated like time leap deck before. Just to get an extra few attacks in.
So okay, so Roxas. I don't count Ava in that because Ava, I'm talking about more so like when a set released, right? Ava was considered mid because Ava was mid. I made a video about like a deck concept about just making Ava with Prison because the deck was so weirdly slow. It's like you needed something, so I'm like, Prison like the best thing we got. Yes, that one promo fixed a lot of its problems, but it's like on release it was still bad. So I bit my tongue. But yeah, I don't consider Ava an example of a deck on release that considered bad but ended up being good because the promo came out later, like almost like what 2-3 months later. So I don't count Ava in that. Again, like something like Time Leap and Gears and G, that's something more there, right?
Like, I think the reason why people are harping on why set 2 in particular is because, typically speaking, right? If you're designing a card game, again, typically, you're kind of designing the first 2 to 3 sets together.
Yes.
Which means if you're already worrying about bans in set 2, that means something fundamental like major slipped through the game design process in general.
I mean,
Theoretically.
we saw previews for set 3 and you were already like, what the heck is this, bro? Like they saw a card that literally said just bounce a card that was like bounce a card to from on the field to the hand, and it's like, and people were like really upset. I'm like, what the heck happened, bro?
In a game like this?
It's like, what did y'all do where a three drop bounce is more is like making people crash, bro? What are you doing?
This is the way this game is structured. This is not a game where you want fast removal. You put a cheap bounce into a game into Riftbound, and you have problems.
And you did it set 3 for a color that I assume is considered like one of the best of the game. Is best of the game.
Saying, all right, goodbye card. I'm just gonna hold this lane. Cool. Thank you. Give me my points. GG.
It's like, oh, you did all that? All right, bounce that.
Yep. In a game with a low hand size and low, like, I don't know. This seems like a mistake in the making. We're designing a TCG from first principles here at Riot.
Then it's the first time we ever designed it. Which again,
See, at least
this is something they said.
At least with 2XKO, they had Marvel rival players in the driver's seat. I'm sorry, Marvel's Capcom players. I mean, I was saying that was a good thing, but at least they were there.
Yeah, people who knew what a fighting game entailed and what could do there, right? And obviously, it took a long time to get to positive point, right? To get to a release state.
Here, they're just like, yeah, We made Runeterra, right? So this is nothing like Runeterra. Oh.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We made Arcane. We can do anything.
So people didn't like season back half.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Good luck, Riot.
Oh, so before we moving further, we got some news that kind of like broke up thanks to Roxas. They're I'll look at it later, but yeah, they made an announcement about the Cast of Chronicles and the details about what's gonna come through later. So
Yeah. You know, we lose a card game and we gain a card game, and we kind of keep things balanced here. For now. I'm sure no trading card games will die in the next like 2 weeks.
why do you
I
say
promise.
that? Why do you say that? There's something I'm missing.
No. But wouldn't it be really funny if another card game died in 2 weeks after me saying that?
Oh boy. Okay. Next up, Godzilla. We got Godzilla news, guys.
Rare Godzilla news.
They announced today there's gonna be a car restriction update that's effective on
They give a ban list after the first 2 sets.
take a on set 3.
Never mind.
Restriction list effective from April 1st. Restricted to 1 is Oxygen Destroyer. Only 1 copy, maybe including the 54 card deck. And they've choice restricted Godzilla 2016 second form and Satsuma.
To be fair, the Oxygen Destroyer being restricted to 1 is more of a flavor ban. It's the Oxygen Destroyer. Should only be at 1 copy in a Godzilla game.
Okay. But
Just like awkward part where like I'm the Godzilla fan over here, and I also just don't know much about the Godzilla card game. Fun.
yeah, Godzilla news. Woohoo. I generally don't have anything to say. I have not played this game. I'm surprised they even bothered. I assume it's probably due to Japanese data because I'm like, dog, there's no English tournaments here.
Right.
All right, next up,
Just in case.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh time. We also missed this news. Genesys is coming to the TCG. I mean, to the OCG. So they will no limit regulations to this bills of points. But a important thing is that it'll be all cards are legal as long as they're released in English.
TCG. This is an English priority format. Let's go.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Time Wizard. No, I'm not.
Okay. I know you're not.
I mean, this is great news, honestly. Another major supported format globally is awesome.
It's true.
If it pops off well enough, we might even see like more stuff designed relatively to Genesys' power level, right?
Oh.
Big if.
That is really... Every day we stray further from God as we still can't have rest rule. I think we just have to call it, dog. I don't think they're doing it.
You
It's
want
been
Master Duel?
Rush Duel.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, that's
I
not
think
happening.
I think it's been so long. I don't know how. Like, you would have to kind of like do like a small uh like you have to do like a slight reboot of the game, and it's like not soft reboot, right? Like,
Yeah.
and be like, yeah, we're gonna also release it, and it's like I
Like
don't know.
at best, we might get Rush Duel also in like Master Duel, which I would take over Duel Links. I don't care if you have to shove them into the Master Pack and just jump scare people with random Rush garbage. That'd be hilarious.
Like, that is pretty much one of the only reasons why they keep playing Duel Links, because every set releases an FTK.
Right? Like, Duel Links was not designed for modern Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, technically, it kind of was.
I mean, kind of, sort of, but
I get what you mean. Technically, also like Duel Links was also like
skill cards.
it was also meant specifically for brains cards. We have long since passed that.
Right.
So, out to the Genesys. Other news. The WCQ dates for Central, South, and North America. Central, it will be Mexico City, June 5th to 7th. Brazil will have theirs June 19th to 21st. And North America will be in Minnesota, Minneapolis, July 10th to 12th. Congratulations.
Nice.
Yep. Next up, we have the official announcement for Chaos Origins in English. It'll be $449 MSRP. Releases July 1st before this full release on July 3rd. Which is kind of faster than most sets, so.
Yeah.
They'll be out right before WCQ season.
I mean, that makes sense, though, right? But that's just about one more setup before the main competitive season.
Ooh, and about Chaos Origin, since we're still getting reels of it in Japan. Shiro Kuribo kind of talked about this. Found us on Twitter. When the product overview page for Chaos Origins was released, it generated a bit of buzz too. As it states, even with just the cards from this product, you can build a deck for a new theme. This suggests an intentional design choice to make the product more accessible to new players by deliberately minimizing compatibility with existing cards, even for a remake theme originating from the anime. So this is brought up because primarily, like, it was brought up originally, kind of looked at with the way the Blackluster Soldier and Chaos, Darmage of Chaos happened, but then it primarily became a talking point when the Sacred Beast archetype got a revamp, which effectively kind of like works in a way where it's like, yeah, this kind of doesn't work completely, isn't completely
It's a fully new deck.
Yeah, it's a completely new deck. You can still run the old cards, but you have to you have to hold off on that.
And also, very importantly, alongside both of those, Blitzclick.
Yeah, Blitzclick,
which might be the most beginner-friendly deck in years.
Yeah, Blitzclick 2, because it's like, yeah, you just need this.
It's all
and
main deck monsters,
or maybe
exclusive support,
and like maybe like one or two cards, but they are reprinting like Thunder King Ryo in it.
Which
like,
is, yeah, it's like it plays entirely from the hand. You can summon from the extra deck. It's good. It's solid. It's like self-contained.
And
the most beginner-friendly deck in forever.
and a super rare from like a set like 6 years ago, maybe. But like outside of that, like you're good.
Uh-huh.
Like it is very much like that. It is understanding. Like yeah, no, we're making a genuinely like, actual like soft like introduction. Or like yeah, this is generally good. Like wow, okay.
Yep.
Some people aren't really too happy with that because they feel like it's like, well, the whole point of Yu-Gi-Oh is like, well, I like this old card can come back, and it's like, dog. Let's keep
Shut
it
up.
100 be honest here. You were not running. None of the sacred beasts were ever going to be competitively viable in 2026. You
Like,
had to
here's
remake
the
that.
thing.
I'm
That and like the people complaining about like set rotation, like the best part about you guys using old cards. None of you are actually checking the wiki for like, see this obscure level 5 Thunder monster from 20 years ago suddenly can now be fully played with the Blitz click and haha.
Yeah, and then also even then, like let's keep it a buck. There are cards that like was it like smoke that smoke detector the thief
Smoke
or
grenade.
something? Smoke grenade of the thief? Like that shouldn't even have that shouldn't even be a card in modern Yu-Gi-Oh!
Wiki cards are a mistake.
Like
Like every few months, a new obscure card pops up that immediately has to get hit because no Yu-Gi-Oh player can be trusted with the wiki.
that, and it's like, dog, this card, like some of these cards were like these cards were never meant to be brought into. It's like okay, this old card is brought back, woohoo! Like obviously they'd mean more of like Zechs like silent voice or something, where it's like this, but it's like dog, they don't even use the old cards then.
Right?
Like silent voice pretty much use cards that are released in the past 10 years. We're not actually
Also,
using
like no one
Skull
ever
Servant.
like right. Also, like no one ever talks. Everyone always talks about this argument. No one ever brings up the decks that just never get more support.
Yep.
Like it's always like I love being able to keep playing elemental heroes into like the 2050s. And it's like, all right, so when you're getting more digital bugs or like, I don't know, Flower Guardians or blah 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 blah. It's like never? Okay. Cool. Set rotation.
And it's like even as the heroes aren't good, dog. Heroes still aren't like great.
Right.
Like
They'll keep trying.
like the honest thing is like the fact that is some of these hero cards probably just need to get banned. And I don't think they want.
Yep.
I don't think they're ready for that conversation because like, why? Well, we're bad. It's like, yeah, but some of
The
your
problem with heroes is they have one combo.
here's a tragedy. Dark Law is toxic. If you just remove Dark
Yep.
Law, that allows a lot more like Dark Law. Was it Destiny Hero Dark Angel?
Uh-huh.
That cards like that clears a lot of uh the disgusting thing that's like preventing them from becoming good.
Yep.
Like sometimes like a decks have insanely busted cards can be bad because it's like if you give them any more genuinely good support, like a second card, it's like oh that devastates everything.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes they're just meant to be like the anti meta or whatever thing, and I think that's fine. Because the alternative means everyone has to deal with toxicity. Now,
Like the only real argument I can see for this constant like revamping old cards thing that we're seeing is at some point we're going to run out of notable normal monsters. The remake at some point.
listen, until I get my Jerry Beans man support, I still say we're probably fine.
I mean, you have Jersey Beansman and Rush Duels.
Not the same. I mean Jerry.
It's functionally Jerry Beans, man, with the jersey.
That's Bean Soldier.
Oh yeah, it is.
All
It's
right.
Bean Soldier with a jersey.
All right, moving on. Next up, announcement: new Bowspurs anime, Bowspurs Re.
Three episodes.
These are main character revealed, main staff revealed. Yep, here's
Like
visual.
every time I see a new Battle Spirit anime, I'm like, man, these shows look amazing. No wonder they're so short.
Sky of Absolute Realm of the Fall. That's article. Setting is Edo, Japan. Edo, Japan. During the era that will later be known as the end of the Edo period. Boy drawn to battle spirits and seeking strength, Sora Bashin, man known as the assassin Setsugi, with promise to our two paths intersect and history is set in motion. Why are
This
we
looks
having a
really
battle
cool.
spirits in the Edo period? Like,
Sure.
are we genuinely like playing battle spirits the cards?
From the look of it, yes.
Okay, we'll just have to wait and see.
Right. I mean, it's a fun idea. If it gets like 12 episodes, I'll be shocked. In a good way.
And guess we have like a
I just can't with short card game anime anymore, man. I'm losing my mind.
okay, man. And details on Bandai Card Game Fest in Japan. The World Championships for a lot of games happened. It is crazy because like for some reason they don't post the actual winners on their respective like English sites. Which I think is
That's
like
pretty annoying.
very annoying because I want all of them independently. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. So I will say this: congratulations to everybody who went to the World Finals, who
Yep.
who made it to the top cut, and the winners. I wish I could give you a lot more, but I was on a unfortunate quick run. Excuse me. For kind of getting details done, so I'm trying to remember what they announced. It was past week. Like, let me see if I can find like some details about coming out for the arena. A lot right now. They're in the middle of doing like leveling, like skills. Uh, yeah, I can't see anything. Oh yes, we do know one thing. Gurren Lagann is coming to Union Arena.
Oh shoot, nice.
the biggest thing here is that Gurren Lagann is coming to Union Arena. That's pretty much that for Dragon Ball Super. Let's see. The Masters details.
I always forget that Masters is still around for Dragon Ball. I just don't see anyone talking about it.
There's any news directly about this? There probably some stuff for Fusion World.
Hmm.
Sorry, we're doing this like in the middle of the stream.
Yep.
There's an expanded tutorial for the digital version.
Huh. You know, I should probably see that digital version is doing any better. I haven't like opened it since like set 1.
Let's see. Second Anniversary, up to 100 pool login run is now live. Log in the event period to earn up to 100 pools worth of pack tickets, including boost pack ticket dual evolution FBO9.
Okay, that's actually worth opening the game up. Hold on, because like packs were terrible to get when it first came out. It was like, all right, you got to grind for like a week for a single pack. Awesome, I'm not playing. Like everyone knows the rule with the card game, digital card game, right? Hell, gotcha games in general. A pack a day keeps the scurvy away. It's like we have rules here.
All right. And then Gundam. One Piece CCP. What was announced for One Piece? Just kind of the basic details. Oh yes, they announced a restriction list for One Piece. Card reveals, card deck reveals. What did it?
Oh, they just banned pudding. All right.
It's so weird. They just for some reason the One Piece uh English site updated it, but for some reason like the others didn't. That is very weird.
Wait, let me read this card. On a play, your opponent returns all cards in their hand to their deck and shuffles their deck and then draws 5 cards. Yeah, I can see why that's banned.
So on
Yeah,
to,
that's a mistake.
well, I guess we just move on to Gundam now. And speaking of Gundam, announcement. Based on the usage rate and effectiveness of all cards used during the World Championship 2025-26 Grand Final, we are currently deciding whether adjustments should be made to the banned and restricted card list. Whether adjustments are made or not, further details are planned to be announced on March 27th, which is Friday. Next Friday.
The theme of today is brand. Maybe.
Oh, they've said this. Like, hey, listen, we're looking at what we're looking at things. We don't know if we're gonna make adjustments or not, but we will let you know what our decision is on this date. You got 2 weeks until then. Which I'm pretty sure they'll make adjustments because top 4 was just all blue, purple, Tekken, and Earth Federation.
Good job, Mikazuki. Dog, they're about to take a time slave to that card.
Oh my god. Please stop. Like, I mean, you say they're gonna take a dying suit to make Mikazuki as if Amuro ain't on the thumbnail for a reason. No, Beyblade is not a T. Why do you say that?
I mean, you do build a deck for competitive Beyblade.
Okay, that is true.
You open boosters in Japan. It is spiritually a card game. Like if we were gonna have a card game alignment chart, right? You played in chaotic neutral.
Oh,
I think.
That's cool. What do you mean Ava Beyblades?
I think I just saw that.
Evangelion deck set.
See, it's a card game.
And there's Duel Masters news that's happening. Apparently, but I don't know what's going on.
I mean, these Beyblades look really good. I will give them credit.
Pull this up. Alright, so copy this.
You know, these look so good for something that's gonna be scraped the hell after like 5 games.
Right, they released in August. So they are recolors. The right, Ava Arc, Ava Brave, and Ava Brush. So Ray is a stamina bay, Shinji's an attack type, and so is Asuka. It is Ava Arc, the 070E. You'll have a third version, and I think is that a Will version? And then you'll have like a Ava deck, like an Ava like case for it. Ava Brush, T270 XL, and then Ava Brave a 170V. So that's the packaging. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elevate, Vortex, and Excel. That is interesting. I did see something like, was it Kyoya? About Kyoya getting like a new artwork.
Ooh, nice. There is no way that's the image they chose to hype up Victory Gundam for the Gundam card game. That's a crazy banner.
What?
Uso screaming.
Yep. I completely forgot Ben. Oh. Yeah, that is crazy. That is
I have
insane.
like I was browsing the Gundam wiki like maybe like last week, just seeing like, oh, let me just read up what happens in Victory, how like what happens in the other Crossbone manga to get the Victory Gundam. It's like, oh no, oh god. It's like, what do you mean people are just finding old mobile suits and just slapping them together and just kit bashing them for like 20 something years?
Yeah, makes sense.
It's like, where did you find a spare the O?
Don't worry about it. All right, next up, I mean, but yeah, it's like pretty much like the whole thing is like blue purple pretty much dominated the entire tournament.
Yeah.
It took 8 slots, and it's everything was like, yeah, you out of 16 players, like or so, freaking 8 of them played blue purple, and the top four is all blue purple. Yeah,
Yeah.
deck's gonna get gonna get touched.
I look, all right. The safest thing to do is to choice restrict Armor and Mika.
I was gonna say choice restrict. I would say choice restrict Amro and Barbados first form,
That works too.
because I'm like the biggest problem is that Amro's biggest problem is like, yeah, it effectively activates aggro. It effectively like unlocks aggro, but the first form is your draw engine.
Yep.
You can still play like 1 Year War, but 1 Year War is just noticeably weaker than first form.
You can have draw, you can have aggro, you cannot have both, please.
Yeah. If you want to do that, that's fine. And plus, it means that Tekken isn't just cold by losing its arguably like best early game card. It just means you gotta play. It basically means you have to either, if you want to play first form, you kind of have to do it without Amro. The Gundam is still strong.
Right.
Like touching the Gundam feels like another mistake too, because like that's the starter deck card. This way, you don't actually invalidate any of
Right.
the starter
Starter
decks.
deck. You just keep it away from Amuro.
Well, except for one thing. Yeah, we should probably shoot Corsica base. That's like the one card I say like you probably should get rid of, or like limit to like 2. Because limit to 2, or like limit to like limit something, because like it can't just be
Right.
that. That card is too strong. At the very least, like get a lot more value out of Corsica base than I think you get like say white base. And we're like, well, we just use white base again. It's like, okay.
Like anything that generates tokens, I feel like in this game is pretty good.
But here's the thing, right? After its first use, or like say it gets to the drop, Corsica base basically gives you a +3.
Right.
White base is just
It's have 2 tokens.
White base is just a +1, like more consistently. So it's like, yeah, you just break the base. You don't have to deal with the constant token generation. And it's like, oh, well, it's just like, okay, well, but it's still cheaper. So like the answer is just simply like, the point is Corsica base is still strong. We just need to hit it
Right.
in different, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up. Apparently there might be another buddy fight series coming to tie buddy fight. It is like linked on Facebook, but there's no details about it yet. It's called like Soul Builder. So we don't know anything about it.
It's just always funny to like keep seeing stuff on my type buddy fights. Like, oh right, there's an alternate universe where just a region somewhere buddy fight is so perfectly fine and active. Completely untouched by Bushy Road. It's almost like killing off the game was a rash decision during COVID at the height of the COVID pandemic.
Well, there's obviously like more to it than that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, oh, it was just COVID. It was just COVID. It was more like,
right.
There's a lot of other issues. COVID was just like we just gotta stop here, dog, because we can't do it.
Right. It's like, I mean, I feel like Buddy Fight was probably the biggest, easy large victim, Facebook buying groups. And just like, if only everyone's only selling amongst a small group of people on Facebook. Good luck being an LGS. Everyone already pre-ordered their cards elsewhere.
And well, with no more details, that is basically all of our news. Is a lot.
Just quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Yep.
All right. Quick. Spoiler warning. All right. Quick discussion on the anime for Vanguard. So.
Yep. Well,
all right. Last we left. Now was sent to the upper room. And since then, we have lost 4 more characters. In the funniest way possible.
And that previous episode was not the most recent one. The one before was such an odd episode, right?
What?
Episode 8?
Yeah. That's an odd episode. It's like,
I mean, odd episode. Like,
oh.
They were just rewriting the rules. No reason. Again. It's like, all right. Mr. Out of Energy, Nature over here just so happened to have sleep telepathy. that has never been seen before in this show. Who contacted someone else on the moon in a coma to give them a trading card that was out of energy, to give them their energy that they're completely out of, to get one free ticket back to Earth. And we just have to roll with it because we like Swo.
So here's the thing, right? Genuinely, Suo was the best choice for this whole thing. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense for Suo to be the representative.
Well, it was a Dragon Empire opponent. Of course, you had to bring in the Darkseid's user. They're on a hot streak. But like, I don't know. Like Swo makes the most sense for this matchup, right?
Yes.
I get it. Like in a bubble, that's perfect. Like, but if you gave me an option, right? We can have Erica return, or we can have Suo come back.
You choose Suo?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, it's looking more and more like, dang, you might be right, dog. Like, they really brought Erica back just for some money. They brought her back for the check, bro.
Megabee's all like, you know, I'm still, I saw my fans himself. Can't wait to help the team out. At least give you guys some information. Nope. That was the most chillingest chill episode in the grand scheme of this season. Because neither character actually mattered to the plot. Like, fundamentally speaking, right? If they kept Hikari and the Phantom, we could have at least had one scene where Akane just like returns home or whatever, it's like, and just sees his family back together with all his memories. That would have been nice. You know, nice emotional like moment. It's like, no, we gotta bring her back into the fold, stand in the background for every other episode afterwards. She got her one chill match. And that's it. Like, so it works. All right. That's neat. I don't like the method for how he came back. Because that was some weapons grade nonsense, but you know, it's fine.
Yes, I'll say that, right? Suo coming back makes, I agree with you. Suo coming back makes perfect sense. We just jumped through the greatest hoop of all time. We jumped through a hoopa to get to
We
that
jumped
point.
through a hoop we didn't know existed.
It's like, oh no, you can just pass on your Mythish's power?
He didn't have any power in the midst of.
No, he did have power to misses, but it was just enough for like one fight.
It's like, all right, so don't worry, I have like the last bit of toothpaste at the end of the tube.
And then it's like, even then, it's like, wait, why is he here? I mean, the obvious answer here is because it's like, oh, well, technically he is friends with Ryuga because that was a plot point in episode 2
Yeah, but also unfortunately they did the exact same thing they did with the faded ones.
Didn't have
Where
time to
we could
build
just
it up.
kind of have to pretend all these people were friends on off screen.
Even the Destin one.
Different ones, yeah. It's like, all right, we sure.
So it's like, and like thematically makes sense if you like buy that bit. It's like, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. But also, dog, you shouldn't be here. You should have been here. Like at very least, like I think this is the best they put it. Had the whole Erica Hikari thing not happened, you could probably say be okay with this a lot more, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
It's like you reheated the same nachos in the same day.
The timeline of events in this stretch is kind of wild, right? Like Agito goes from like super down and sad, it's like, uh, oh hi, Kurumi, want to join me on the beach so we could have a nice little chat over here? I totally just, yeah, I'm still struggling with this whole like phantom thing, buddy. It's been like 3 hours. You bounce back quick. Like what? Like the entire like scene takes place for like what, 4 days, pretty much, 3 4 days roughly. Which I don't know. Interesting pacing, right? Which also means Akin just being in a coma for a month is also ridiculous in its own way. But we've been fighting here for a month. What do you mean you get to just show up on the last weekend?
Yeah. It is just like
Right.
I am. That's why I'm like I am pretty much convinced that they are just trying to reset in like a whole like scorched earth thing because like there's no other way you explain what just happened.
Yeah. Like
This
we have to have a new setting at this point. We cannot stay on this earth.
like shoot, at least get us the heck out of Kaga, bro, please.
Right.
Like you just like we
Naga
had
has seen enough.
like
See, here's why I say we need to drop this entire like setting. I don't need Masanori back. We can keep Shin's VA in another role. Keep him around. I don't mind keeping him in the basement for another like 4 years. That's a different character. I think that's fair. Right?
I just know. Listen, I need I at least want there to be something effed up to end in this season. Like, all right, you can end it here, but it's like you did all this whole teasing of taboo and whatnot. I need some actual consequence here, because
Like here's they're just gonna sacrifice Rezile to the Mizra card to the Mirage card to keep Kurumi alive.
like dog, we lost Kagetsu and the Moon Gate.
That the start of that conversation where it's like, Akina, thank you for wanting to save my sister. Unfortunately, we still have to, defeat her, destroy the Phantom. Also, because I can't be the one to do it, I need you to be the one that, make an exception and revive my sister for me. It's like, Mem?
What? Hold on, I'm confused. What you're trying to say? I'm sorry.
You know, the conversation between Kanami and Akin at the start of the episode was like, Akin, I can't be the one to make the decision to save my sister. I need you to be the one to deal with that moral quandary, all right?
I don't think that's what she was saying. I think she's like, I don't know if I can. I think she just wanted to hear us, just wanted to kind of talk about it from like a different opinion of like now.
But she also tossed out that we can use the Mirage card to do it. So it's like, you have a method.
Yes, but she's like, is it ethically right? Like, kind of, I think they spent more time talking about like, is that actually? I mean, they've kind of been like talking about like, is that right or wrong?
And the show refuses to confirm or deny if she's actually a phantom.
I mean,
Which I feel like it's going to be the shoe to drop in the next episode.
I mean, yeah.
Because she seemed to really happy that Kaga's like, yeah, you're Kurumi. It's like, yeah. Like, all right. What's going on here?
I did find it funny. He's like, even though I'm trying to destroy your world, it's like, of course you would, because that's you. He's like, yeah, I know you. You would do that. It's like, what?
Cause we know you bang crazy.
We know you're crazy, hoe.
We know you're crazy.
But we love you.
See, that's a good family dynamic. Like, we know you're crazy, but we love you. Like, oh, thanks. Also, please lose.
I think she really is the actual real one, because they talk about, like, the Mirage card can do that. They kind of confirmed
and the way she's like and the way she's looking for that like confirmation, right?
Yeah, so it's like, oh, it's not some sort of Mirage card thing. She is just genuinely secret. She's been genuinely a sociopath the whole time.
Right.
She's just a crazy bitch. Jokes aside, though, it was still. I thought this episode was good, really good.
Like it was funny. Like I mean, like seeing all these series like zones of like, yeah, Kirumi's just a vessel. The Phantom's like, no, stop, drop. Please, I need you to drop that theory before you hurt yourself soon. But you've been running that theory for like 5 weeks now. Like they're revving up for that that heartfelt conclusion at the end of the next episode. Yeah, Kanami, what if I said I was actually your real sister? Like, oh no.
I'm starting to think, because of how the season is, I'm gonna think that taking out one is gonna take out the other. So I think if Kanami or Kurumi wins, it's going to take out the other. I think Kanami's going to win, but it's gonna like Kurumi's gonna go out, but it also means that Kanami's like will also be drained because of the trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, it'll just be Akin and Erica left to go against Gabelius at the top of the tower.
And then Erica just gets completely fodderized.
Which is like, yeah, no.
Which raises the entire question of why bring up that ability to not eliminate a Phantom fighter. Because if you like, there's 2 possibilities, 3, several possibilities, right? You have what, 3 episodes left?
Yeah, about 3, maybe 4, because you never
3, maybe
you never
4.
you never have to actually like you could have episodes where you just don't play the OP, right? It's just
Right.
like episode 13 could
Yeah,
just be
it's like
yeah, you just don't play the opening. Like it's just
possibilities, right?
Mhm.
Kanami loses, and then Erica wins. And then that justifies Erica's entire role in the show. But that'd be boring.
is
You
made
can go
worse by the fact that Konami won.
you can go
Konami,
sicko mode and Kurumi clears house and then loses to Akina.
which
It's the other
I
possibility.
just thought about that. I understand. I just thought about something.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever asked this question. What happens if they do lose? Does Erica just go back to being inside Hikari? Or is she just deleted?
I think Erica actually just gets blinked out of existence.
Like, I don't think we actually ever addressed that idea. It's like,
She's a time paradox. And the only answer to this depends on whose body Gab is using, alright? Because he's either using Erica's body right now, or he's using that mysterious Akina we saw during Erica's flashback that was still alive after Sue did the blast. And not once have they mentioned that Akina again.
that is question. Oh my god. Okay. Again,
Because they reveal that Akina is also that Akina also survived the time paradox using the other Gabuelius.
I mean, if the
The next show
Mirage,
was
now you think about it, like if there's a
is the
a
Phantom
Mirage
actually
card
just the
here,
other timeline?
ooh, that is a good question. Heck, also now probably
Because if it
asks
is,
another question is like
we,
if there's a Mirage card here in our timeline, then it kind of stands to reason there's probably a Mirage card in the other timeline too, right?
uh-huh.
So it's like Erica left, and then Gabrielius probably found that one. And like some sort of timey-wimey shenanigans happen where the feedback loop
Like
hit.
the timeline here is like, I really wish there was like a clearer timeline to events. Because at the moment, because we saw the moon appear like right after the funeral, right? Like, what was Gabuelius just doing in Erica's body during the events of Deluxe? Or like every time she went to sleep, he worked on the tower. But all right, well, I don't need to be here anymore.
There's a few questions that probably will be answered next episode.
Is Gab even responsible for the Crimson Moon? That was completely separate phenomenon.
Yeah, it's a whole separate phenomenon, but Gabrielius was brought into it by something.
We need like 36 more episodes of this season.
Yeah. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's so much.
Be really funny and really terrible. Next D season is just another time skip with a new cast, and they're also dealing with the Red Moon.
I mean, that's technically what G technically was. Like they were still slightly dealing with the after effects of like Legion Maid and Link Joker and whatnot, right?
Yeah, and Divines was dealing with has been dealing with the after effects of the Grateful Seed. Like,
Honestly, I would genuinely be interested. Like, what if the whole thing is like, oh no, it's some sort of like. So here's my out my out there pull hair Mary prediction. The answer is the final like fight is actually going to be like a Phantom Yu, and it's supposed to be a kind of like um
you
commentary
don't have you don't have
on
time for that, man.
a commentary on how the protagonists kind of give up their happiness for others.
Shinemon did not lose literally everything for this.
I mean, it would be very interesting. It's like, it's like Yu, what the heck?
Look, all right, Yu is going to be Kagetsu's main, like, other win in the manga. Like, we need to establish that Kagetsu's actually the strongest fighter in the verse. Yeah, outside of Zachs. But like, I feel like it's just gonna end the way we think it's gonna end with like Akina versus Gabuelius. The question from that point onward becomes like what they do with the Mirage card,
Mm,
right?
true. I wonder, could they potentially like do like go more longer with the manga and be like, oh, we'll probably just readapt the Paralactic Clash with the manga and like flesh it out more. Like it's not
Ooh,
like
that's a good question.
it's like now that we've pretty much did it, like let's just go all the way and just like flesh it out more.
I mean, they could keep the manga going for a while. They just,
Yeah, it's like it's not like they have to like.
you do all of me, just do all of Meichu's fights and give them their own dedicated chapters. You're good for the next like 20 year.
I don't think we're doing all that. Like we'll probably get like one or two maybe.
That's a side manga to the side manga.
Like, we'll probably like get like at least the Donji one.
Yeah,
Like we're not doing 10 fights of just Michiru.
it works for JJK.
Like we only really need one just to truly like kind of go into Michiru's head. But like I don't think we need like
There's nothing in that. There's nothing in his head. It's Cardfight Vanguard, and I'm not even gonna say breathing.
all right.
That's an automatic action his body is performing just to keep the Vanguard going. It was a good episode. I liked it.
Yes. All right. I think we're
You
done.
just have to ignore Ryuga existing in the previous episode. It feels bad. Like I joke about it, like it does feel a little like crazy. Where it's like, all right, we are gonna make a carve out for Kurumi, right? Yep. Are we gonna? We didn't. Do we offer for Ryuga the exact same? Nope.
Hmm.
Simp.
All right. Well, we're done here. All
Yep.
right. So that is everything for this week's episode of the Out of Pocket Podcast. We are projected to return April 3rd. And
April 3rd.
now, however, again, because we're so close to the Tuesday stream the Vanguard thing, we might do an emergency one
Maybe.
for the 27th because who knows.
Yep.
So you'll know when it happens. So On that note, you once again you can find us all on the socials that are all down below in the description. You can find me at rf_Zechs or Zechs Blue Sky on Twitter and Blue Sky respectively. You can find Zeta on Twitter and on his stream. They're all in the description. Any final words?
Not really. Buy Pal World. There we go.
Please don't. All right, podcast done.